Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. More spins, more wins, more fun. The Frozen Four is this afternoon for the Wisconsin Badgers, making their first appearance in the NCAA Men's Hockey National Semifinal for the first time since 2010. Wisconsin and North Dakota square off in Las Vegas, 4 o'clock Central Time this afternoon. It's nationally televised on ESPN2 and, of course, on the ESPN app. The Badgers with the highest odds of all four teams to win the championship, making them the biggest underdog in the Frozen Four this year. Wisconsin, North Dakota, ESPN2, 4 o'clock this afternoon. Good luck to the Wisconsin men's hockey team, hoping to become the first team since Wisconsin in 2006 to win both the men's and women's NCAA hockey national championships in the same year. Baseball, Brewers off today. They lost to the Red Sox yesterday, back home at American Family Field, playing host to the Washington Nationals over the weekend.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
It is the Thursday edition. The We're All Back Where We Belong, Not Together in Person edition. The Does Jesse ride a bike now to the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios? I didn't stop by. I drove by Zimbrick Chevy in Sun Prairie on my way home. I did not
why didn't you give Jesse a ride back? It would have been good for him to get a little time with both of us.
I would have been happy to do that. Nobody asked me to take him back. You were trying to send him back with other people.
I literally asked you on air yesterday if you'd take him back.
I said I would take him.
I don't know. Jesse?
Well, you guys don't have to fight over little old me.
Well, we're actually fighting about not having you.
A little old you. Well, I'm glad Jesse got back. I'm very curious to see if he still has a car or not, because the sales team at Zimbrick is really good, and I'm sure they were able to sell it right out from under him if they wanted to edition. And the Steve the Homer True, who would have normally joined us yesterday, but because of all the fun we were having at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, he's going to join us today. Right, Jesse?
Correct, 10:35.
There you go. Edition of Wilde and Tausch. On 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on the amazing, incredible, stupendous, fantabulous ESPN Wisconsin app, which you can both get for free in the Apple and Android app and customize. So you can put Wilde and Tausch right in that first spot so you have easy access to our show. I'm Jason Wilde back in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the aforementioned ESPN Madison studios. Did you ride your bike? Yes or no?
I did not ride my bike.
Okay. We'll get to the bottom of this car sale in a moment. And from his undisclosed location, he's the Packers Hall of Famer. He's Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I have a thought and a question to see where our fans and our audience are as far as having a big undertaking in the next 6 to 8 months. So I first want to ask you two, what is that, Jesse? What's that look for?
Well, usually anytime you bring up a big undertaking, it means more work for me. And so I'm a little skeptical because this isn't something we've discussed that I'm aware of. And I'm a little nervous about what this is going to mean for my work responsibilities, the way you
when
just
everybody
teased that.
thinks of this show, everybody thinks of Jesse working overtime and extra. I'm sure that's exactly what it was. So last night, Sarah and I we went out to a establishment out on the west side of town. It was a chef's dinner. I always used to laugh. My father-in-law used to always watch the Food Network, and I always thought, what the hell are you watching the Food Network for? That's what I watch now. Like, if I'm watching in, like, real-time TV, I watch the Food Network. If it's not live sports that I'm interested in, that's kind of where I'm at. Obviously, I still have my Landman and some of the other stuff, but that's compartmentalized to Airplane and et cetera. So we go out to this, and Manit Chauhan, for anybody, and I think we have other Food Network fans, she's the two-time champion of Guy Fieri's thing. It's called the Tournament of Champions. So we went out. There's about 100 people at this thing last night. It was a great dinner. Got to meet her and talk to her. And I'll tell you what, those chefs, they have the same competitive spirit as athletes. Like the parallels between world-class chefs and world-class athletes are eerily similar. Now, I've met a few chefs now. I've met the gal that's dating Bobby Flay. When we were out in Aspen, she had that same go get 'em. And then in talking to Manit last night, she's got that same killer instinct. I asked her, who do you least like facing in this Tournament of Champions? She said, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to get in my own head. I'm going to do what I do. I go through my process. It's the same instance as if you talk to a golfer at the Masters this weekend. Yeah, there's a lot of great competitors, but if I do what I do, I'm going to win. So that part was really interesting. But where I'm going to go is, so we're sitting there, and Sarah has a couple of friends that are searching for love. They're searching for love, and they're having a hard time. And my thought is, we were discussing, neither of them... Why are you raising your hands?
Does not sound like more work for me.
No, there'll be more work for you. So as I always do when I'm out and about, I try to sell the show. I'm, always trying to get ESPN Wisconsin and Wilde and Tausch more subscribers. Like, I want us to continue to welcome people in. Not really our demo, I would say that, but what we had this discussion, and she started off talking about how tough it is out in the dating world. She is a 50-year-old single young lady. Can't have people to their house. There's this whole process of dating apps and all this other stuff. And I said, we have thousands. I don't know how many people that listen to are single, but I would bet that if we put her, and I said she'd need to get us a trading card, where she would put her picture and all of her accomplishments. And we want to open this up to have a Wilde and Tausch love connection. She is all in on doing it. So now I said, well, I will run it by the boys, and then I want to gauge the interest in our YouTube chat, our Twitter chat, and everything else to see if this is something that we could pull off. So as I ask you boys, is this something we want to entertain, and is this something we should entertain? Go ahead. And don't you dare say I have many questions.
Jason,
answer my question first.
Have we run this through our legal department?
Absolutely not. But they do. They've had these. We've done this before. I know Wooly has had Date Wooly. We've had Riley Yout. There's been all this stuff.
Yeah, I don't think we took on the responsibility on any of those shows of like some sort of, producer, like the guy that created The Voice or any of the reality competitive shows. I don't know if we want to be in the business of playing The Bachelorette.
Okay. I'm not saying we have to. I literally said I'd bring it up and discuss it today is what I told her.
Also, how do we we've got a lot. Thank you to everyone who listens to the show. We are extremely grateful. We do not take that for granted at all. But we don't know any. We know very few of them, right? On a personal level. I don't know enough about anybody to be getting involved in setting people up on dates. Like, there's got to be some liability there that we need to be aware of, right?
Does that happen on dating apps? Do they have that liability? Because
I don't know
what really
how
this stemmed from is we started talking, and I don't know how this came up, but we started talking serial killers. And that's when she got into.
So perfect.
Yeah.
That's exactly my concern.
Yeah. No,
and by the way,
the guy
have
in
we
New
heard
York,
from Dan in Cambria in a while? Because that's where I went.
He is not a serial killer. He lived next door to one.
No, he's not. His neighbor was.
Just to be clear.
They put the Long Island killer guy away yesterday. He's guilty. That's probably where this all started.
I would love an update from Dan in Cambria, though, just to make sure he's all right. That always, whenever we bring up serial killing, that is something that I always enjoy, at least hearing from Dan.
Poor guy, because it's not even him. But we associate him with a serial killer.
I'd like to vote that I'm not opposed to being part of this experience.
Okay. Now we're getting somewhere.
However,
okay.
I think we need to clarify what our role would be in the setup and the payoff, I guess.
So so tell me, this is what my initial thoughts were. She would come on. We would not, because with some of the new policies that our show have, we would pre-tape. And we would have her, talk about sports and talk about what she's looking for, and then we would vet potential suitors via, whether it's video clips or we leave it up to her. I'm not going to tell her who she should go out with.
Do you want people to send us a minute-long video, like a
that could be a part of it. It could also just be. I look at it like trivia. We could have people call in. That is up to the team to figure out what that is, and she would obviously have to be a part of that. This would not be where we're doing segments a week about this, but we would keep updates. I think her thought was, we have a vast audience of a lot of potential single older men that she might be interested in, and it's tough. What I learned is it's tough out there. That's what I learned. It's tough out there. How the whole process works, these apps. I don't know all of it. But I heard it's tough. And if we can do something positive and bring a little something to, her life and to whomever else is in play, I at least wanted to entertain it. I'm not saying we have to do it. It's just I think it's interesting. Sarah just texted she loves sports and goes to watch sports with Bob, who's our Yelp guy, all the time. So she loves sports. I think it's an intriguing opportunity for everybody involved.
I just want to know who's going to do the background checks. That's my only question. I do not want to be playing matchmaker in 2026.
We'll put Gerber
without. We have to. I think that's a great opportunity to find it. She's looking for a partner, and this sounds like a great opportunity for us to add a partner to Vortex Golf and Cousin Subs and Associated Bank and all of our great customers. If we're going to do this, I want a background check company on board. I want to make sure that we're vetting, like your idea of vetting suitors by having them play trivia or sending a video clip.
That doesn't
seems
feel good
insufficient to me. Why? He was good at trivia.
You tell me how these dating apps do it.
I don't know. I haven't. I am post dating app. I didn't use a dating app with Paula, so I don't know.
No, but I'm saying they do it. So there's got to be some process that
Right.
you're not getting sued.
A lot of people are successful.
If we end up, if unfortunately we end up with someone that listens to our show that is a serial killer, I don't think we'd be liable in this case, but I don't know. I mean, those are questions that need to be answered for sure.
Just here to ask the tough questions.
I have an
That's
idea.
what I do.
I have an
Okay.
idea.
Let's hear it.
Our summer tour is coming up where we'll be out and about at golf outings and Brewers games. And
We'll be back down at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, which I think is a great spot for a first date.
so I'm thinking when we make our return trip to the Hard Rock in several weeks, I don't know, 5-6 weeks away, I don't know the exact date off the top of my head, sometime in May, we could invite said friend, who we still don't know the name of, and any potential suitors, and we could do a bachelor-style meet and greet at the Hard Rock Cafe.
If we're going to do that at Hard Rock, we need somebody 55 and older because obviously they want to have that discount.
Yeah, well, I don't
That's
think we're
just
going on a
common
Wednesday
sense.
next time, so that discount's not in
That's
play.
a little
Well, then,
different,
then that's irrelevant. Okay.
Or, if we're at a golf outing and someone wants to, have play in a foursome, a little double date action. If you want to go to a bowling alley and a little bowling first date, like we could have a
Jesse,
series
would you
of
and
first
Becca
dates.
be willing to be vetters in this? You guys have a strong marriage. Would you two be willing to vet and do a double date with the potential new suitor and this young lady?
I'm always skeptical to sign Becca up for anything around here, but
Why is she
I'll
a
sign
young
her up.
Why
I enjoy
certainly-
signing her up.
I certainly would not be opposed.
Why is she a young
Okay.
lady, and then when you talk about me, even though I'm in the same age bracket as she is, suddenly I'm the old guy who's getting half off his lunch at Hard Rock Casino? Just out of curiosity, I just want to be clear. Seems like a double standard there.
She's younger than you are. That's why.
I have 2 people on hold already. What should we make of that?
I think our fans also are looking. There's some fans that are also looking for love.
In all
And
the wrong places, clearly.
You always want to be a community. Like that's the whole goal of life. Find your community. This is our community. So we can sit here and, I'm afraid that there may be a serial killer within our community. There could be. I don't know. You never know how this is all going to shake out. Does that mean
I
you just
don't
give
wanna-
up on love? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe that's what we're going to do. So we'll have to figure out. I'm sure, Jason, you're probably right. We need to go through some legalese, but it literally went from she doesn't listen to the show to
Is she listening
couldn't be
right
more
now?
all in with the course
think she's-
with the course of a 2.5-hour dinner. She's completely on board, and everybody at the table thought it was a great idea because then they said, well, because we I don't know why we talked a lot about Cambridge. There's some burger joint we need to hit in Cambridge. I'm sure. Who was
Not
the
in
gal we were supposed to
Cambria?
pick up?
Now, the
Take to Hard Rock? Well, Cambria is what started the
The
conversation.
Dump in Cambria is a well-known burger
That's
spot.
it.
Yeah, some
Yeah,
of our
the
teammates
Dump.
were there last night. It's a great spot.
Yeah, the Dump.
Great partner up in Beaver Dam.
Dump?
Yeah, it's a great burger
The
spot.
Dump.
Fantastic in Cambria. Well, best
Yeah.
burger in the state of Wisconsin at the Dump in Cambria.
That's a bold statement now. That's a bold statement. We got a couple of we got some stuff brewing that we'll maybe find that out. But anyways, what was the name of the gal that called in the other day? We were going to take her down.
Kay
She's
in
from
Cambridge. Kay in Cambridge.
Kay.
Yeah.
Then as we were leaving, Sarah's best friend Danielle was like, "Well, you could also have some of the old," because I did tell her that we have a lot of really great, I think, female fans. They could set up their sons. They could also be in part of this. So the options are unlimited here.
Just like your options are unlimited at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Indeed, they are. And if you've been putting off replacing your windows and doors, now is the time because Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin are offering 0 interest financing until 2030. That is right. You save 0 interest until 2030. In Wisconsin, your home will take a beating year-round. That's why the right windows and doors are essential. They improve comfort, they boost energy efficiency, and they upgrade your home's look. Pella's experts, they're going to help you find the perfect fit for your home within your budget. And they'll do it again with 0 interest until 2030, so you can upgrade now and pay over time without paying a dime in interest. Don't wait. Visit PellaWI.com today to learn more.
The dating game rolls on. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson for Madison School and Community Recreation. Summer is coming. You can feel it in the air right now. The weather's getting nicer, and it's time to start thinking about a summer job. You might be a student getting out of college, or you might be a high school student looking for some income this summer, or you may have a full-time job like we do here, and you're still just looking for a little extra cash this summer. Well, Madison School and Community Recreation is hiring for a whole bunch of positions, including day camp and youth program leaders, outdoor adventure staff, support staff for individuals with disabilities, sports instructors, and my personal favorite, there's always a need for officials. Full-time, part-time positions, daytime and evening hours are available, so no matter your interest, no matter your schedule, no matter where you live, there's a position for everyone. At MSCR, you can make an immediate impact in the community right here in Madison and gain meaningful experience. I certainly did when I was a youth official. It's helped me for the rest of my life. Start your summer adventure today. Apply right now. MSCR.org. That's MSCR.org.
The sound of summer is on ESPN Madison.
And a swing and a miss. Would you like fries with that?
Madison's home of the Brewers.
Fly ball to deep right. It is back. Out of here!
Catch every Milwaukee Brewers game this season on 100.5 ESPN.
Watching it sail. It's a grand slam.
Brewers baseball on ESPN Madison is presented by Hard Rock Casino Rockford and brought to you by Canopy Wealth Management and the Metro family of auto dealers.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Upgrade to Iron Jock. Available now at ironjock.com.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise. From our family to yours, roofing, windows, siding, gutters, and doors. Your solution-based company, community strong, and service that will please. Get a free estimate today. The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise.
At Associated Bank, we get life gets complicated. So banking, it should be easy to get. That's why our tools speak your language. Automated savings, it's saving automatically for anything. Digital controls, you lose your card, you're still in control. Turn it off, then on, all on the app. And Money Monitor, you know where your money goes, like those long forgotten subscriptions. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC.
My fiance wanted to incorporate me in the process of picking out my engagement ring. And we went to Chalmers, and that was the first place that we went to look for rings.
The staff educated us right away, and we felt very comfortable, and I learned a lot about diamonds.
Chalmers did a great job explaining the process to us, the type of grade of the diamond.
Just from the second you walk in, I mean, there's somebody who's taking you over, showing you exactly what you want in your price range.
I think that my ring is the most beautiful ring I've ever seen, thanks to Chalmers Jewelers.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. Coming up Thursday, comedian Nate Bargatze's in studio, and we get you ready for the NFL Draft less than 3 weeks away now. That's on Thursday's Rich Eisen Show on Disney+, the ESPN app, ESPN2, and ESPN Radio.
Welcome back to The Bachelorettes. 844-770-3776 is the number. Jesse, the calls that we have, are they prospective suitors? Are they chiming in on with their opinions of this endeavor? What exactly is happening to our show today?
I think it's more fun if you don't know what I've talked to our fans about off air, and I think we find out when we roll the dice here, huh?
Sounds like a great plan.
Gambling for a second day in a row.
I like our odds about the same. Let's welcome in our contestants, our callers. They're looking for love in undeniably the wrong place.
We're a community, I'm told.
That is true. So is Long Island. Let's go to the phones. Let's start with Teddy in St. Francis. Teddy, are you looking for love or just here to comment on our efforts to connect this mystery woman with the love of her life?
Well, I'm flexible, so I'm a handsome guy. I've been I mean, I could go either way with this. I could talk about the idea that you have, which I think is a fantastic idea. You got a lot of callers, you got a lot of listeners, you got a lot of attractive listeners, I'm sure, that are female, like sports, like going out to watch football and baseball, and I'm a good guy. I'm 60 years old. I'm a physician. I'm told I'm handsome. I don't know. You can judge that. I sent a picture.
Sound handsome to me, Teddy.
I'm slim. Listen. You're not listening.
We're listening.
I have all
do
my
not
hair.
take that approach with the with our
I'm
bachelorette.
sorry.
I just want to be clear. Don't say you're
Okay,
not listening. That's a recipe for disaster.
No.
Okay.
I would only say that in an emergency.
Sure.
Oh, God. I'm a big sports fan. Here's the problem, though, maybe. I grew up in Minnesota, so I'm a Vikings fan, I'm a Twins fan, I'm a Timberwolves fan. So I'm probably going to be hung up. I knew that was coming. But I like the Bucks. I like the Brewers. I don't like the Packers. You talk a lot about the Packers.
I will say,
even off season. Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
So, all right, Teddy. A couple things.
All right, so Teddy, just wait a second, Teddy. You're throwing your hat in the ring. You're throwing your hat in the ring.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
You're stepping.
All right, put him down. Put him on the list.
And Teddy is bachelor number one.
Teddy, we appreciate your candor and your honesty. Tausch, I guess my question, given Teddy's entry, is first of all, Jesse will take all your information off air so we can do a thorough background check on you.
I will not do that.
Secondly, I need to know, do you think, Tausch, that Bachelorette number one, or whatever we're calling her, because we're not putting her business out on the street at this juncture.
No, we have to obviously go through a process before we do that.
Packers fan or not, and is Teddy already putting himself behind the eight ball with his Vikings fandom?
No, I mean, she's a Packers fan, but that's not. This is by no stretch be a deal breaker.
Okay, there you
In
go.
fact, he's
Teddy?
a doctor. I'm always curious, like what you lead with. Slender, I think he said.
No, he said
doctor,
he's a handsome guy, and then he
believes
back
he's a
and
handsome
came back
guy.
with, I'm told.
You know what they always say: if you got to tell somebody how handsome you are, you're probably not that handsome. But I don't know about
Teddy. I'm not going to assume that. I think he was just trying to state his resume.
Okay.
All right.
Teddy's in. Fair enough.
Okay, he's not in. Okay, anybody can call and say they're a doctor. We have to confirm these details. Well,
no,
I'm a
I'm saying
multi-millionaire.
If the next guy
the
says he's
idea,
George Clooney,
it's not,
I'm going to be suspicious.
There is nothing concrete. All I'm saying is he is in on this process prolonging. Okay, he's interested. He thinks it's a.
That's I understand. Again, he's
allegedly. I think as long as you put allegedly behind everything, you're fine.
It has allegedly. Well, hopefully our next bachelor is a lawyer and he can tell us how that works. All right, 844-770-3776.
For the record, I will be taking no information for anybody at this time.
Okay. That's good to know.
You at least took down Teddy's phone number off of the caller ID, right?
No. I am not doing...
That's too much work.
I am not doing
Jesse
that.
didn't sign up for more.
Lines have to be drawn. Lines have to be drawn, and I will not be taking any contact information to coordinate any dates.
Okay.
I'm not saying you should... I'm not asking you to coordinate dates off the books, but if we're going to do vetting, we have to have some information. Right now, he's just Teddy who claims he's a doctor and who says he's been told he's handsome. Like that's like I can't.
Sounds legit.
I'm gonna need his annual income and his social security number. All right, you got another caller here who may or may not be throwing his stethoscope or law journal or whatever it may be into the ring. Is that correct?
Sure do, and I think we've added a couple of calls since the segment started. So if you really want to do this all show, we might have 3 hours of vetting.
I do. I am all in now. I want to do this all day long. So Teddy in St. Francis is now a prospective bachelor contestant.
I think that's probably the best way to put it. Allegedly. Yep.
Let's welcome in another of our frequent callers, Ron in Rome. Ron, one in Rome.
Ronnie.
How you doing?
You know, this is a little heavy. It's not really sports related, of course, but I'm 70. My generation was raised on beach blanket bingo movies where you weren't happy unless you were engaged by the end of the movie. Mm-hmm. So we just blindly rushed into love and everything. I married a nurse 44 years ago. Now I have 3 children and 6 grandchildren. It turned out great. So I am concerned that the younger people, they don't have discos to meet like I kicked my wife out of in Chicago. And so I do think it's a good idea to try to hook people up together. But I do think, I understand Jason's concerns about liability, and I do think that's one reason, like, people are afraid to set people up because you don't really know. Well, I know this guy from work, but I don't know if he's a closet psycho or anything. And one of my regrets is I was on a pool team 25 years ago, and I knew a guy who seemed like a nice guy, and he was single, and I thought, boy, I'd like to set him up with, maybe some of my wife's friends. But I didn't know him intimately. I didn't know, maybe he's a closet psycho, so I never set him up. And he was a deputy sheriff, ended up getting killed in the line of duty, and then all the testimonials came out. Everyone loved him. He was not a closet psycho, but he was killed by a closet psycho. So I just want to encourage young people that serial killers are pretty rare. Stop worrying about serial killers.
It's true.
And try to set your friends up.
So 44 years of
great
marriage.
Advice from Ron.
Yeah.
That's great advice from Ron.
Since you're dispensing advice, not only are we going to... I'm not worried about necessarily serial killers because they would, but one person who would kill another person, maybe.
The other thing that the young ladies last night were talking about is very concerned about stalking. That's a big concern of for sure. Yep.
Which is a precursor to the other stuff. Ron, secret to your success: 44 years of marriage.
My wife is a nice person, and she can tolerate butt heads. But there is one
in
thing
particular.
There's one thing I learned about 10 years ago that I wish I would have known a lot earlier, and that's a video called It's Not About the Nail. And that's a lot of times my wife just wants me to listen, and I'm trying to solve her problems, and she doesn't like that, and really most women don't. So your single guys that are having trouble communicating with women, it's a short video, it's funny, watch it. It's not about the nail.
Ron, great call. Good advice. Dragged us down a little bit. That was a sad story you shared, but the rest of it was phenomenal. Thank you. And this hopefully will help us in this endeavor that I'm still not quite sure about. Thanks for the call, Ron. We appreciate you. All right. Jesse's telling me the phone lines are lighting up.
Interesting.
No, look, again.
More calls since the Packers lost to the Bears.
I was
going to say, This is like bear level, postseason bear level calls. I bring up a great topic last week. Nobody wants to talk about bad moments. All that. Nobody gives two rips. And nobody even knows what this young lady looks like, and there's just calls lining up left. What a world we live in. What a world.
Yeah. Again, just because I've known you for 25 plus years, and we've done the show now for 10, I knew this was going to be popular. Again, I am just here to serve as some sort of governor on some of the potential entanglements that we want to avoid.
I totally agree with you.
That's all I'm here for. I knew the minute you brought this up that this was going to be a popular subject. I just knew it. I'm not surprised. Now, we will work on balancing the dating game with the football game that we generally talk about. I gotta say, I'm already intrigued by Teddy, that because he listens to our show even though he is not a Packers fan. So that tells me that we're doing something right.
I happen to know a news and current events story that would blend both worlds pretty well that we could discuss.
Which one?
I don't remember. Well, tell us a little bit about Annex Wealth Management, because I would say, and again, I don't know anything about our mystery woman, but at this point in your life, you probably want to be financially comfortable, right?
Well,
you don't want to be couch
when you're in
surfing on your
50s or 40s.
Yeah, you don't want to guys.
And Annex Wealth Management can help you, no doubt about it. But really, I'm excited. I believe it's Tuesday the 14th. I think that's the day. I'm heading down. I'm going to do the show from the Annex Wealth Management studio. They have a studio in there. We're going to be doing a fun little trivia game. By the way, this young lady loves trivia that she's working. Go to events.annexwealth.com to register. There are going to be prizes. Some are going to be very awesome prizes. If you think you can beat me, I don't think you can, but I'm going to throw down the gauntlet. I'm going to step into the ring on Tuesday. I've done a blocked for quarterbacks, for Hall of Fame quarterbacks. I want you to come, take me on, take down some cash, and learn about the markets, investing, and real wealth from the experts at Annex Wealth Management. The choice, it's yours. You want to make a little money? You want to learn a little something? You want to get going? Register today. Bring your best game, because on April 14th, the bell rings. Jesse, you got a little bell? Bing, bing, bing. The questions will fly, and we're going to find out once and for all who the real champion is. Again, events.annexwealth.com. Register up. You have a chance to take home some sweet cash prizes, gift card prizes from our friends at Annex Wealth Management.
Love Connection rolls on. We'll be back in 2 and 2. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Brewers baseball is back.
Yelich, a high drive, deep right, down the line, fair and gone!
Tune in all season right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Now get 0% interest until 2030. That's years of no interest, so you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. But order by April 30th. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Restrictions apply. Some drinks just belong in the summer rotation, and the new carbless lemon iced tea vodka 4-pack is one of them. This limited release blends refreshing lemon iced tea flavor with smooth vodka and no carbonation for a crisp, easy drinking sip that feels right at home on the porch, by the water, or by the grill. Cool, classic, and full of summer flavor, it's got the makings of a seasonal staple. The new carbless lemon iced tea vodka 4-pack. Go to drinkcarbless.com to find carbless brand new flavor near you and grab it while you can.
Buying a new vehicle should be exciting, and that's what Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb aims to do. That's why they vow to give you the better buying experience. Jim Rutledge here. I've had 3 better buying experiences at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb, and I keep on going back because the experience and the Chevy is fantastic. So if you're looking for a buying experience you're going to want to repeat anytime you need a new or new-to-you vehicle, I recommend you make the short drive out to Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb, because you're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
Looking to buy your next home or ready to sell and move on to bigger and better things? What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Spring into action this season and let's get housed. Nobody knows what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get started. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
Get ready, Wisconsin. The Sugar River Fire and Smoke Barbecue Festival is bringing the heat to historical Paoli this fall. Presented by renowned pitmaster and TV personality Michelle Wallace and hosted by 7 Acre Dairy Company. Enjoy incredible barbecue from acclaimed pitmasters and local legends, plus live music, barbecue demonstrations, and more all weekend long, September 19th and 20th in Paoli, Wisconsin. Get your tickets now at fireandsmokebarbecuefestival.com.
I love being an orthopedic surgeon because I can help people improve their lives. My name is Ashish Raval. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Stoughton Hospital and the Ortho Team Clinic. My specialty is sports medicine, focusing specifically on the care of the shoulder, hip, and knee. So the goal for me is always to see patients who want to get back to their active lifestyle. The techniques that I use now allow patients to return back to their activities, including sports, faster than ever before.
Learn more about the Ortho Team Clinic at stoughtonhealth.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. I've been telling you for a while now how much I've loved Pizza Hut since I was a kid, and I love making new memories enjoying it with my family today. Looking for an easy win for lunch or dinner? Pizza Hut's My Hut Box lets you choose your entree. A personal pan pizza, a melt, or now, wings. Boneless or traditional wings start at just $6.99. One box, tons of options, all day, every day. Order on the Pizza Hut app or at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut, feed good times, and remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
The sound of summer is back.
First offering to Freeland is a fly ball to right. It is high. It is deep. Bye-bye baseball. Second deck for Salvatore.
Your home for the Crew. 100.5 ESPN.
The Bachelorette rolls on Wilde and Tausch. Let's get some more of our... Jesse, are you vetting these as people that are calling with advice like Ron and Rome versus potential suitors? Like, I these are the questions that I have.
You're not good at surprises, are you?
I don't want to be... Not when it comes to people's love lives and our program. No, I don't want to be surprised.
I'll say this. I trust the 2 remaining calls that we have before we get into more Packers-related.
Are they single and ready to mingle?
To my knowledge, I don't believe these 2 are potential suitors, but they would like to weigh in on the festivities.
Okay. Let's go back to the phones then. 844-770-3776. Select the Josh in Kenosha. Josh? Are you looking for love in all the wrong places? No fly girls, just ugly faces? What do you got?
Good morning, guys. First, this might be Tausch's best idea. I absolutely love it. I think it's one of the better things you guys can do for fan engagement. I also want to say, for this particular lady, I am not a suitor. I'm only in my late 30s, so I probably disqualified. However, You
Well,
open
wait
it
a
up,
minute. Wait a minute. Are
different
you
agents.
single? Are you available?
I am.
Okay. Well, let's not put any parameters on this. You never know.
Yep.
Age ain't nothing but a number.
That's true, but there are some key differences I think there might be. I'm still open to the potential of kids.
He's a Bears fan, remember. He's a Bears fan. That's
I will add
probably
this,
a game
though.
changer.
My parents are going to celebrate their 43rd wedding anniversary next Friday. My dad is a Bears fan from Rockford, where the Hard Rock is.
Yeah.
And my mom is a diehard Packer fan from Kenosha. So they made love last in a divided household. So being that I'm a Bears fan, I'm open to needing a Packer fan. It's not a deal breaker for me.
Well, you could be. So just like now, obviously, The Bachelorette ran into some troubles recently.
Sounds like
on
Josh is
ABC.
advocating for season 2 of our little love show here.
But it's good to know
okay
that
with
we've
it.
already got somebody lined up for our next iteration of this game. Josh, do you have anything to add before we move forward?
Nope, that's pretty much all I got. Love the show, guys. Keep it up. And Jesse, the moon landing was fake, so I'm with you on that one.
Oh, my God.
Whoa, Nelly!
You need to ask our mystery woman if believing that the moon landing was faked is a disqualifier for her.
I'm going to let them sort things out. I'm not going to get into all that. No, they can figure that stuff out.
Let's get another call in before we stop our dating process for today. Look, you can still text in on the Carbless Talk and text line, but let's take one more call, 844-770-3776. This would require some sort of long-distance connectivity.
Does she have any thoughts on long distance?
Is throwing his hat in the ring. Let's talk to James in Maine. James, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. How you doing?
Jesse's going to Maine. Jesse can hang out with James.
Yeah, we are.
Hi, James.
Yeah. Tausch, if you get up here, I'm going to show you the best scallops you've ever had in your life. I know you're a traveler. But let's start here. So I'm not calling in as necessarily a suitor, but I am calling in with a little bit of advice, and I hope to tie it to the Packers so we can – I love both sides of it. Let's stay with the relationship, but maybe we talk Packers a little bit later. One, I think, as Ted Lasso famously said, Jason, the number one thing in a relationship for this suitoress or her, be curious, not judgmental, right?
Sure.
If you're judging people right off the rip, maybe it's you. You got to be curious about what people are saying. I would say number two in relationship advice, and I think I've heard it from all sides, from all three of you in your relationships, the thing I like is be happy with the comforts. Like, do you like the same movies, the same things? Can you sit around day to day, but support the risks? When, Jason, the girls go off to Florida and you stay home, you support the risks, but you enjoy the comforts at home, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think those are some good relationship advice things to think about. Here's part three. Maybe we tie relationships into, is Goot the right guy to be our GM? And here's where I'll say no, is because I support all the what
risks
he's done to bring in the risks with Micah Parsons and everyone else, but the comforts of his first round picks and how he's built this team, and we always have a hole in the cornerback room or the 2022 wide receiver room. Maybe that's not the right thing to be in. And so I'm just going to try to tie those two things together for you guys.
And scallops.
And, well, I mean, if you come to Maine, scallops and Muscata River for the oysters. Those are the things we look at.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
James, you ever been to Burlington, Vermont?
I have been to Burlington. Yes, I have been to Burlington, Vermont.
Is it worth a trip? Because we're going to Boston and Maine, and then we have one day to still figure out. And I said let's go to Burlington, Vermont, and the rest of the group's not about that.
I told them to go to New
spot?
Hampshire, the White Hills. There's like a great mountain range there that you could go. But for some reason, Jesse booked a flight out of Burlington, Vermont, so now he's hamstringing himself to have to find something to do there.
Where in the Northeast should we go if we got a Saturday afternoon and evening?
depends what you want to do. So steal my number off the text line, text me, I'll put together an itinerary for you.
All right,
nice.
I mean, do you want
Look at James. All right.
It's a productive day on Wilde and Tausch.
Yeah, James is the
I
best.
was the guy that called in from Connecticut when Tausch was having struggles finding Connecticut plates on one of his ventures one time. So, yeah, they're not easy to find.
James, I am curious, not judgmental. I'm actually wearing a Ted Lasso shirt today. I do have to ask, because I don't know the parameters of our mystery woman. Are you happily married? Is there someone in your life? Because you got a lot to offer, it would seem.
And how much money do you make, James? How much money do you
What's
make?
your Social Security?
Whoa, Nelly! Those are all the questions
the money
wants to know.
So the money thing I'm fine on. That's why I get to was in Connecticut, now live in Maine. All that's just fine. I'm from Cumberland, Wisconsin originally, so I'm a huge Tausch fan because I love seeing a guy grow from the farmland all the way to the top. Like, huge fan. Don't agree with him on Goot, but we can talk about that another time if he texts me later.
Sounds like you and I are
Well,
alike.
James, I have said recently I've soured.
That's true.
I've told you I've soured.
I know. I appreciate that. Jason yelled at me a couple of years ago when I called, and he's like, "You really don't like Goot," and I don't expect you guys to remember that. I was also the Schrodinger cat guy that called in.
I
love the Schrodinger cat. Yep, that's good stuff.
Yeah, I thought that one might come up. Anyway, so
your
availability. What I'm getting at, yes, I'm not available. Okay. No, but I wanted to give
all the
some
good
good
ones
advice
are taken.
And yell about Goot a little bit online, like on the interwebs here.
All right, James, this was productive. We appreciate all your input. We will take it under advisement, and we'll keep you updated. And Jesse will get your number so he can get some advice on his New England
Jesse, it sounds
venture.
like you need to hook up with James, man. He's going to get you up in some of the big, juicy scallops. That sounds great right now, doesn't it? Some juicy scallops.
All right, we're going to move forward.
Jesse won't even talk. He's too busy trying to set up his itinerary.
Yeah, he's getting all.
He's got a Saturday in May to
Who
figure
on
out.
earth books their trip, and instead of flying out of like a major international airport, you decide to find Burlington, Vermont, and say that's where I'm going to fly out of? Who does that? Jesse Nelson.
The plan was we were going to do a day in Burlington, Vermont that I was responsible for putting together. I put the day together, and the rest of the group said, that's not really good enough. So now I'm being vetoed, so now we need to figure out an adjustment to the Burlington, Vermont plan, and that's where we're at with that.
Good luck. Relationships are tough. We're seeing a lot of that these days. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Sinden Chevrolet in Mount Horeb. You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Sinden Chevrolet in Mount Horeb. Falling behind in the NIL race, Front Office Sports reporting national champion Michigan spent $10 million in NIL to build its roster. In a shifting landscape that raises the big question, can the Badgers keep up? The jump around's Jim Rutledge leans on the skeptic side.
With the way that our athletic department is not spending money like a power school, we have to view ourselves as a middle of the major type school, which means we're going to lose players like Blackwell, and we're not going to be able to bring players back. We can no longer call Wisconsin top program when it comes to payroll.
Order today and get 0% interest until 2030 at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Upgrade now, pay no interest until 2030. Visit PellaWI.com.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Discover the all-new TPC Wisconsin, Madison's premier destination for families, women, and golfers of all levels. Fresh off a stunning $30 million transformation, TPC Wisconsin offers more than championship golf. Enjoy a welcoming community with tennis, pickleball, a world-class golf academy, swimming, fitness, and family-friendly activities all year long. Experience the newest TPC golf club in the world right here in Madison. Visit tpcwisconsin.com to explore memberships and schedule your tour today.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot. A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Looking for a fun new way to golf on Monday nights? The Bridges Golf Course in Madison is teeing up a brand new 2-person scramble league. Grab a friend and compete head-to-head in a relaxed format, men's, women's, or co-ed. Great for beginners and experienced players alike. Monday nights at the Bridges Golf Course in Madison.
What's next for Giannis and the Bucks?
Giannis was sold coming into the year on championship contention. They just have not been able to get on the same page about winning, about the future, about him.
Stay up to date right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Milwaukee Bucks.
We will shift gears during the 10 o'clock hour to discuss the Packers, even with Bears and Vikings fans who are avid listeners of the show. I appreciate people's interest in the draft. It is coming up quickly. I'll be putting together our preview series on Channel 3000. We can certainly talk about Packers needs. We're not going to obsess on this show anyway about every player that comes in for a visit. If those players get drafted when the Packers pick, great, and we'll talk about them. But that's not what we're going to do. If other people do that, that's fine. But if that's what you're coming here for, that's not really our gig. What our gig is putting together relationships, apparently. Jesse, what's been the feedback on our version of Love Connection on the Carbless Talkin' text line on the text side?
Well, as you know, we have a great Wilde and Tausch community here with a bunch of people looking to improve upon ideas and to be part of expanding the ideas. So
expanding.
Couple of texts here. Here's Douglas in Sun Prairie. How about this idea? Set up a speed dating night at Buck and Honey's with many male and female participants who are fans of the show, this woman included. So you have
good idea.
A speed dating.
Run it by
setup.
Tommy. See where Tommy.
I'll say the firecracker shrimp is fantastic. I would recommend taking part just for that alone. Speed dating. Jesse, you never did that. Your Boston accent won over Becca quickly enough that you never did that activity.
Speed dating. I always wondered how it would go, though. It seems like not a great setup where you get I don't know how long they give you, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and you bounce around the room and go desk to desk. Doesn't seem like something that I've never heard of any success stories from speed dating. I've heard of success stories from dating apps. I've heard of success stories meeting significant others at establishments.
Boston accents.
Never heard of success from the speed dating setup. So
if you are a happily married person who had success with speed dating, text Jesse on the Carbless Talking text line. Okay.
And then
speed dating at Buck and Honey's, we'll see.
DJ in the Saw and Shirley in the Saw are willing to vet the mystery woman and the lucky bachelor with a double date. They are looking for a night out and willing to help Wilde and Tausch Nation for a good cause. So
that's what this is all about.
We have a voluntary couple.
That's what this is all about.
DJ from Wausau.
That's what it's about.
Willing to get in the mix here.
If DJ is a PI and can do some background checks while he's having dinner with this potential couple, yeah, sounds great. I'm in. Want actual facts about
Jason, when your daughters start dating, are you going to do CCAP and background checks on any, like let's say as a junior, they're going to go to prom. Are you going to CCAP the kid?
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
Is that wrong? Should I not do that?
You can do whatever you want, man. You can do whatever you want.
Okay. Well, you have a daughter. Would you do that?
I got C-capped.
You did?
Yep.
By Becca?
Yep.
What showed up?
Yep. After
what showed up?
Nothing. Speeding ticket, I think. Yeah. But after,
how did you get a speeding ticket? You don't even go the speed limit.
Driving too slowly below the speed limit.
That's the origin story of why I drive the speed limit. Well,
is that right? How fast were you going?
Not that fast. I've actually gotten a few speeding tickets in my day, and all of them are like 11 over, like 8 over. Pretty ridiculous, but so be it.
All right, well, that's one to grow on from Jesse, who got, and she still married you. How early in the process did she CCAP you? Right after the Boston accent?
I think it was one date. I think you go on one date, and then you're like, all right, there's something here, and then you look further into it.
And you gave her your actual last name, not your stage name.
Correct. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's nice.
I don't think it's
unreasonable.
This is probably a dumb question, but if you and Becca have kids, will your kid's name be Nelson or Marchevsky?
Or another name. We might just pick a different name altogether. Who knows?
A different stage name.
Yeah. A little
Jack LePay. Interesting. Okay.
The 10 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Hi, this is former Badger Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison. Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. And based on this show, some of you may need to get over there pretty soon. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. Speaking of rings, the Wisconsin men's hockey team looking to join the women's hockey team in 2026 by winning national championship rings. It starts with the Frozen Four in Las Vegas late this afternoon. Wisconsin in the first of the Frozen Four national semifinal doubleheader, 4 o'clock on ESPN2 and the ESPN app. Wisconsin versus North Dakota in the first of the national semifinals in Vegas. NCAA Frozen Four. The Badgers with the longest odds of all four teams to win the championship. but they're in Vegas, and they're one of the last 4 teams remaining. Wisconsin, North Dakota, 4 o'clock this afternoon on ESPN2. Baseball, Brewers fall to the Boston Red Sox yesterday, losing their first series of the season at Fenway Park. A day off today as the crew returns home. They'll host the Washington Nationals over the weekend at American Family Field. 2 weeks from tonight, the NFL Draft kicks off in Pittsburgh.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. And we begin with having spent some time in my archives last night after news that the NFL is going to begin training replacement officials this offseason. They'll be coming to OTA sessions near you, including Green Bay. And mandatory mini-camps as they want to be prepared when they don't reach an agreement in time for the September 9th that they're opening the season with a Wednesday night game with the defending champs. And so I went back and I was reading all about all of our coverage of the Fail Mary back in 2012 and the frustrations that players were feeling with those officials. Tausch, I'm sorry, I don't see attending OTAs and minicamps as preventing this from being a complete cluster. Do you agree or disagree?
No, I disagree. I think it's better than sitting on your hands and hoping. There's plenty of officials. And by the way, it's not as if the officials we have in this league now are absolutely slaying it. Like, is there any time anybody looks and says, boy, these officials are dominant? Like,
I think it's a really hard job.
Yeah. No, it is a really hard job. I'm not arguing that.
And I would also argue that you're not going to get the top Division I guys from college because those guys have NFL aspirations, right? I mean, my buddy Mike Carr, who was a Big Ten official for quite a while, has been in the NFL now for a bunch of years. I mean, if you have aspirations of going to the next level, you're not crossing a picket line. So we're looking at guys that have realized, well, I'm never going to make it to the NFL. This is my chance, and they're going to do it. And they're even less qualified than your top, guys that do Power 4 conference games, right? So here's
the deal. These guys are not full-time officials, so you have a bunch of attorneys and doctors. And I'm not saying that the officiating is a hard job, no doubt about it. But for the NFL to sit here and try and not be proactive would be malfeasance of their duty. So you didn't ask me, is this the ideal situation? You asked me, you think it's a good idea? And from an NFL standpoint, if you can't come to terms, and the fact that the officials are trying to get a bonko raise and still work part-time, I understand why the NFL's doing what they're doing. And this at least gives you a chance to get a little bit of a relationship, to go and practice and try and study and understand what the NFL game is about, rather than 2 weeks before the season you throw Johnny from Val Phillips High out here and you throw him into an NFL game in Australia. Like, I think this is at least a better option than doing it that way.
Yeah, what I asked was, is this going to prevent a redo of the Fail Mary?
That is exactly that. That's not what you asked.
It is.
Go back and play the tape. That's not what you asked.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Yeah, go ahead, Jesse. Run that tape back and say, did Jason think that this is there's going to be mistakes, and are they going to be highlighted? There's veteran officials that make mistakes too. So would it be ideal to kind of have some veteran officials and get these guys under contract? Yeah, it would be. But if that is not the case, I want them to at least start the process of getting guys around NFL teams and get it going. So we don't have this. By the way, there ain't going to be another Fail Mary. There is now video from above that will get this stuff squared away. And I am of the belief I want as least amount of officiating as possible in games. That's what I want. If these new officials come in, I don't know if that's going to indeed be the case or if they're going to get flag happy. I don't know. I would hope that you train and say, unless it's egregious, we're not throwing flags, because that's how I like watching football. Maybe other people love watching 22 penalties a game. Don't put me in that club. So if this is going to happen, don't sit there and be reactive. Be proactive. That's what the NFL's doing.
So you're not concerned, regardless of how much off-season work they would get in practices, that these guys will be unqualified? You're not concerned.
They could be unqualified, but the league, I am not concerned that there's not going to be games and there's not going to be great entertainment. So I am not sitting here and I'm not going to lose a ton of sleep over the fact if we end up having to go with a different officiating crew to get this done. No. Like, I want less officiating in NFL games, not more.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you think that they're easily replaced. I would
Jason,
disagree.
what do you want the NFL to do? Just sit there and do nothing? Like, what's your solution to this?
My solution would be to figure out the common ground, deadline spur action. Don't let this come to the point where replacement officials are again in a $25 billion industry having an impact on the outcome of games. And you can say all you want that replay would mitigate the problem. But again, penalties are not reviewable. And yes, the review process has changed from what it did in 2012, where there were replacement officials that were also in charge of the replay review, which resulted in them upholding Lance Easley's call of the Fail Mary, which, again, if you don't think that mistakes have real implications, the Packers should have won that game. If they win that game, as they should have, they have a first-round playoff bye. They do not face the 49ers on the road, with the 49ers having had a week to put in the read option with Colin Kaepernick, and the 2012 Packers are at least playing after a bye week, a home playoff game, perhaps against the 49ers at Lambeau Field, instead of getting run out of Candlestick Park to the tune of 180 yards by Colin Kaepernick. So I was in that locker room in 2012 in Seattle, and I have never seen players angrier except for maybe in the 4th and 26 locker room. And so I think that the NFL, with all the money it has, I don't think that the NFL referees are asking for a king's ransom here based on what I've read. They certainly want more money than they're receiving. I understand that you think that making them full-time officials should be part of the equation. Is that what you're suggesting?
No, that's not at all what I'm saying. I'm saying you can't sit here and just hope that you're going to get something done. Be proactive. That's what the NFL's doing. I'm always going to take a shot at the NFL if I can. If they're going to be proactive with this because they realize this isn't trending the right way, that is better than putting a Lance Easley out in the game without any experience or any work. Like, you're getting guys into these mini camps and OTAs earlier. I think that's better than doing nothing. That's all.
Yeah, I agree. It's better than doing nothing. Is the question I asked, is this going to be sufficient to prevent the kind of debacle that we saw 14 years ago? Because you're not hiring. It's a really hard job for guys that have done it for a long time and are really good at it. And I am sure that Jesse Nelson, umpire extraordinaire, is proud of his track record as an umpire. Jesse, if I called you tomorrow and said the Major League Baseball umpires are going on strike or couldn't reach an agreement, do you believe you could call a Major League game?
You could do third base.
When you're not playing second base for the Mallards.
I could be a third base umpire for a game. We'd be all right. Yeah.
Now that you've got ABS, you could be the plate umpire too, right?
Yeah, check every one of them. What do I care? Yeah. No, it'd be very hard to do, obviously.
So,
Jesse, would you be better suited if they came to you in, October and said, hey, you can get 6 months of training and go down to do spring training so that you can be ready, at least in better position to do it? Because that is what is happening here.
I will say this.
Would you be better suited there?
I was reading the article from The Athletic this morning, and if the people who they
Rossini write that, or who wrote that? Was that Diana's?
Diana shared it. A lot of comments on her post. It sounds like a lot of the replacement refs that they're trying to pull in are Division 1, 2, and 3 college football officials.
Yeah, so it's not like they're grabbing some schlubs off the street.
I would say, could I, as
I want Matt Nerdle. Let's get Nerdle in there. Let's get him as an NFL ref. Got them big old swole arms.
Could an out of practice retired Little League umpire step in and call balls and strikes for Brewers Nationals this weekend? No. But could a guy who's doing games for UW Whitewater and UW Stout
or Eau Claire, the WEAC Wednesday? Absolutely,
with 3 or 4 months notice, could they be ready? I believe yes, they can. So I guess that means I need a shirt because I agree with Tausch.
I think we always look at what else is at stake here. What else is going on? And the NFL, and Jason, you said that the Hail Mary wouldn't have been overturned. I think the NFL competition committee, that was one of the things that they said would be overturned because that could be looked at. There are going to be some penalties.
I said it wasn't overturned that night because they had replacement officials that were doing the replays in the booth.
But it would be today.
It is different
now. That wouldn't
now.
happen today.
Yes.
That would not happen. And there's also other camera things that are done. Don't you think that the NFL is trying to wean us away from officials and getting more and more into a centralized officiating spot, and that this is a part of their process? Do we not think at all that might be part of what they're doing? Because I do.
Yeah, well, again, I think that it is a really difficult job that people who have done it at an extremely high level have done for multiple years. And I think the idea of someone who officiates Carroll University versus St. John's is probably very good at what they're doing for that level, and that people that play in the National Football League are bigger, stronger, and faster, and things happen even more quickly. I don't think that they're going to succeed to get a ton of Division I officials that are doing Alabama-Auburn to cross the picket line if it comes to that. I don't believe that, because I think the reason why they had the Lance Easleys of the world the last time is because those guys, A, did not want to cross picket lines, and B, held out hope of eventually being NFL referees themselves, officials themselves. So I will be curious to see what the backgrounds are of replacement officials when it comes to that. My point is, just like it was in 2012, when you have a $25 billion operation, when you have all this wagering that occurs on your sport, why you would nickel and dime officials and put the integrity of your sport in danger in 2026, I don't understand it. So you can be anti-official and think that they're being unrealistic, that's fine. But with where the NFL is today, and with the money that it has, and with the questions about its integrity, and the challenge that it has, I don't understand why you would risk doing this again after you saw what happened the last time you had to use replacement officials. And yes, technology's further along, and yes, there are more replays. To me, this is the risk is not worth the potential savings that they're trying to have in terms of what they're paying their officials. Just doesn't make sense to me.
I guess I don't understand your argument here, because to me,
I don't understand how I can argue it any.
Well, you're acting as if the NFL's sitting on its hands and not doing it. They're negotiating. It's not working. And instead of sitting there and crying about it, they're saying, you know what? We're going to bring in qualified officials, let them get incorporated, and let them get up to speed so that they can do a decent job doing it, all the while trying to find more ways to incorporate technology so that the game can stay and be better officiated, because they want to take everything to New York. That's why they did that whole expedited replay without telling anybody about it. Like, the breadcrumbs aren't hard to see here. Like, I think it's easy to see. That's what they want to do. This is part of their process. And they can't wean it completely, but they're trying to wean us. They're trying to wean us.
We should play trivia. Jesse, what's today's category, and what caller would you like?
This is a good trivia category, especially given the topic of conversation.
Umpires and
today's trivia category. So you want to be an NFL official?
Let's go. Boy, is that timed out well.
Questions about NFL rules and officiating them.
What caller would you like?
It's been 14 years since the Lance Easley fiasco. How about caller 14?
Caller 14 right now, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 14 plays trivia after I tell you about Associated Bank and all the new great perks that come with your Brewers checking and debit cards. I've told you that these were coming. Now you can show your Brew Crew pride at the ballpark and beyond every time you use your Brewers card. Choose a bank that delivers Midwest-based customer care. You know what I always say? It's not branches that make a bank local, it's roots. And Associated Bank's roots are deep here in Wisconsin. Incredible value and more, and you'll always be in scoring position. Here's all the great things that come with your new Brewers debit or credit card. 20% off the Brewers team store when you show your Brewers card. Up to 50% off home game tickets exclusively for Brewers checking account customers. Express entry through the Associated Bank entrance of American Family Field. Pre-sale access to designated concerts and non-baseball events at American Family Field. Savings on the iconic Brewers Community Foundation 5K and 10K famous racing sausages run and walk at AmFam Field, and a $25 discount on Brewers gear from the Brewers. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble reading this. Oh, the Brewers Academy, the Education Academy. So you can register for that as well. You can find all this information at associatedbank.com/brewers. We'll play trivia next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. Now you know I've loved Pizza Hut going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. I loved it then, and I love enjoying Pizza Hut, making new memories with my family today. And speaking of making memories, it's bracket season, and Pizza Hut's got the watch parties covered. Get a large 3-topping pizza for just $10. Try it on Pizza Hut's new hand-tossed crust, crispy and golden outside, soft and fluffy inside, and finished with garlic parm seasoning. Order today at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. Feed good times with a large 3-topping pizza for just $10 right now at Pizza Hut. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Ben Bruss here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owns. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Now get 0% interest until 2030. That's years of no interest, so you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. But order by April 30th. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
People travel the world to collect Hard Rock shirts, and Hard Rock Casino Rockford is going to give the people what they want. Get in on the action at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, where all new Unity card signups receive an official Hard Rock shirt, plus free play to kickstart a winning streak. Whether you're spinning the slots or playing the tables, you'll be dressed for success. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's Hard Rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Summer is coming and it's time to start thinking about a summer job. Hey, it's Jesse Nelson. Madison School and Community Recreation is now hiring for many positions, including day camp and youth program leaders, outdoor adventure staff, support staff for individuals with disabilities, sports instructors and officials, and more. Full and part-time positions with daytime and evening hours are available. No matter your interest, schedule, or location, there's a position for everyone. At MSCR, you can make an immediate impact in the community and gain meaningful experience. Start your summer adventure today. Apply at mscr.org.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offer the Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
We're on the Badgers.
I think what jumped out to me first and foremost was Fickell's energy and his passion.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
I'd say that's only increased as I've had a chance to sit down with him more.
This is 100.5 ESPN.
Promised. So you want to be a referee. Trivia presented by Golf, by Iron Jock, and by Cousin Subs.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Iron Jock. No stink, just performance. And proudly Wisconsin built. Shop now at ironjock.com. By Cousin Subs. Try the new Protein Power Plays. For subs loaded with protein and made with fresh ingredients you love. All for just $7.99. And by Vortex Golf. Rangefinders you can bet on.
Let's welcome in our contestant. It is Rodney in Milton. Rodney, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm doing well, thank you.
Are you in your 50s and are you single?
No.
No to both or no to only one?
Just let him say
no.
no.
To both.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify.
Whoa!
What else? Annual income. So you think you can be an NFL official? Trivia. Question number 1, Rodney, is this. If a team calls for a timeout but has none remaining, what penalty results? Is it a delay of game and a 5-yard penalty, an unsportsmanlike conduct flag and a 15-yard penalty, or in a Mike McCarthy time management tribute, the penalty is always declined?
Very, very, very frustrating.
Oh, B.
B, unsportsmanlike conduct, 15 yards. And we are back to our early week streak of getting the first question wrong.
I would have answered it the same way. I would have said B, too.
5-yard delay of game penalty.
Is there a 10-second runoff, Jesse, also?
In the event of a 2-minute situation, there's a 10-second runoff, yes.
All right, Rodney, let's bounce back and get question 2. When a rushing player fumbles prior to scoring a touchdown and the ball travels through the end zone and goes out of bounds, what is the result of the play? And this is the play that I hate in the NFL. Is the result a touchback is called and the defense gets the ball at the 20-yard line? Punitive for fumbling near the goal.
Stupid rule.
Thank you. Couldn't agree with you more.
Maybe the replacement refs will fix that.
You don't get an extra entry, though, for agreeing with me. All right, question 3, Rodney, is this. A team can attempt a field goal without facing an opposing rush when preceded by which of these events? Is it pass interference with no time remaining, a kickoff out of bounds, or a fair catch of a punt?
Oh, wow.
Wow is right.
The Packers have done it.
C.
Rodney, nicely done. First one wrong, the last 2 right. Not easy to do, so congratulations on that. That means you've got 2 correct answers, which leads to 3 entries into the drawing tomorrow. That's the second most we have this week for any contestant. Rodney, good luck in the drawing tomorrow. We appreciate your loyalty to the show.
All right, man. Love you guys.
All right, love you guys.
That is Wilde and Tausch Trivia presented by Vortex Golf, Iron Jock, and by Cousin Subs.
When I was looking up the fair catch on the punt rule, it cited the Packers in 2008. Were you on the field, Tausch, when they did the Mason Crosby 69-yard field goal attempt?
Try to. I don't remember. I think it's a great rule. I love that rule. I love the touchback rule. There's I'm not going to relitigate the touchback rule, but it doesn't happen like that in every other part. And also, you don't get 6 points if you cross that goal line. You don't get 6 points if you cross the 50. I'm so done with that argument. So, Rodney, I love Rodney. Couldn't disagree with you and Wilde more. Like, you finally give the defense one break, and you're gonna pout and cry about it. Like, come on, defense gets everything against them. I'm an offensive player, and I think the rule's great.
Well, I'm certainly glad you didn't relitigate.
It's not fair. Oh, get the blank out of here. Start talking to the defensive line and all the guys about getting $100,000 fines for tackling people. How's that fair? Like, come on now. Or every rule, you can't touch a quarterback. You can't do this. You can't check a wide receiver. You can't do anything. But I make a great play down by the goal line and get the ball out of the end zone. I didn't tell the guy to fumble, and you're going to say it ain't fair? Ha! Get out of here. Fair, fair, fair. What the blank.
So you would agree it's a harsh penalty then?
I'm not going to relitigate, though. Yeah, you know what else, Jesse? It's a harsh thing to give up 6 points. 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of hallowed ground down there.
It is.
Some would say.
Yeah.
Oh, but let's treat it like it's the 38-yard line. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and do that.
What are your thoughts on overtime?
I actually think the NFL's done a great job fixing it. I'm intrigued by it. I like it. College overtime has always sucked. The NFL overtime I thought was fair. It's the world we live in. Everybody needs to get a ribbon. Everybody needs to touch the ball. Yeah, okay, great. We've done it, and it's worked out, and it's been pretty entertaining. Do we care that players who are already dead tired have to do another 20 or 30 snaps? We don't care, and I've embraced that. As a former player, I've now said, to hell with player safety, entertain me. So I'm okay with it, Jesse. Thank you for asking that. I appreciate that. Anything else?
I just want to give you one last chance to not relitigate the touchback rule. I just want to make sure are you done not relitigating that?
I don't know. If the moment strikes me, I might relitigate again.
Okay.
How about gas prices, huh? Those are pretty high.
You want me to break down the Strait of Hormuz?
I've heard it both ways.
Steve the Homer True joins us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Free Food Friday on ESPN Madison is brought to you by Vintage Brewing Company. Whether you're looking to get carry-out, delivery, or dine-in, Vintage Brewing has lots of great options on their menu. Vintage Brewing Company prides themselves on being a great place to hang out and enjoy classic Midwestern hospitality. Vintage Brewing Company has multiple award-winning beers, so be sure to try one the next time you're in. Head to VintageBrewingCompany.com to make a reservation today. That's VintageBrewingCompany.com.
What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. You know that honey-do list that's been sitting on your counter since, 2020? Yeah, we can handle that. From leaky faucets to light fixtures, our handyman team at Bruner Realty fixes it all. Fast, friendly, and done right the first time. We take care of it so you don't have to. Visit fixedbybruner.com. That's fixedbybruner.com. Because your to-do list deserves a happy ending.
It's time for big spring savings at Metro Ford of Madison. Get into a 2025 Ford F-150 with 2.9% APR for 60 months. That's just $17.92 for $1,000 financed. Plus, every new vehicle at Metro Ford of Madison comes with their exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Don't miss out. These offers end April 30th, 2026. Head to Metro Ford of Madison on the east side or visit MetroFordofMadison.com and drive home your new F-150 today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Henningsen with Stoughton Health Ortho Team Clinic. I specialize in joint pain and joint pain surgery, specifically hip and knee replacement, including second-time surgery for hip and knee replacement.
Learn more at orthoteam.com.
Some days feel like extra innings, vendor problems, cash flow crunches, curveballs you didn't see coming. Don't you want a banker that you can actually reach? Someone who's there for you when it matters. At Starian Bank, decisions are made right here in Wisconsin by someone who knows you. Starian Bank, built for the long game, built for Milwaukee baseball fans. Visit StarianBank.com to get started.
When you're having computer problems, you need a company you trust to get things working again, quickly and affordably. Madison Computer Works has been doing that for business and residential customers for decades. Our computer care plans take away the hassle of being without your computer or needing to bring it in for repair. Starting at only $10 a month, our local and friendly techs provide remote help and can fix most problems in just minutes. Call 608-231-8000 and sign up today. Madison Computer Works, computers that work for you.
Discover the all-new TPC Wisconsin, Madison's premier destination for families, women, and golfers of all levels. Fresh off a stunning $30 million transformation, TPC Wisconsin offers more than championship golf. Enjoy a welcoming community with tennis, pickleball, a world-class golf academy, swimming, fitness, and family-friendly activities all year long. Experience the newest TPC golf club in the world right here in Madison. Visit tpcwisconsin.com to explore memberships and schedule your tour today.
Summer is coming and it's time to start thinking about a summer job. Hey, it's Jesse Nelson. Madison School and Community Recreation is now hiring for many positions, including day camp and youth program leaders, outdoor adventure staff, support staff for individuals with disabilities, sports instructors and officials, and more. Full and part-time positions with daytime and evening hours are available. No matter your interest, schedule, or location, there's a position for everyone. At MSCR, you can make an immediate impact in the community and gain meaningful experience. Start your summer adventure today. Apply at mscr.org.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Gruber Law Offices will fight for the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Brewers baseball is back.
Yelich, a high drive, deep right, down the line, fair
Tune in all season right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Whatever you do, make sure you do it right. Whatever you do, make sure you do it right.
Joining us now on the Yuengling guest hotline, Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, and now officially in Wisconsin. 6 generations, family-owned and operated. D.G. Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. It is Steve the Homer True on Wilde and Tausch. Homer, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I want the NFL to hire me. I can resolve this official thing very easily.
Oh, excellent. What are you going to do?
We're going to use somebody from a studio, wherever they are, and watch it. And they will be assisting the officials that are there. And we're informing the current officials that this is great because we are going to move in that process to having an official in a booth, and eliminating one of the positions so they can continue their negotiations, understanding that they have quickened the process to eliminate one of their spots. And this should be done. There's no reason not to have someone assisting the officials that has the cameras and all that ability. We just have to have Tausch decide what rules they're used for and others.
I don't think we can't go down the holding route. It would be, I think, pass interference if the egregious ones. What I am not going to have, or what I hope I never see, is that you can review non-flagged stuff and then have someone from New York call in and say, no, it was 4th and 10, but we saw him clutch the jersey on a slant route, and we're going to give him a first down. I don't want any part of that, but I do think, and what I was trying to tell Jason was, I think that the NFL wants to centralize its officiating. That will make it more consistent and have more video access to be more accurate. And this whole thing with the referees deal is a part of that, because I think the NFL would love to have less human interaction with this and more robotic film. That's more of what they want to have done when it comes to officiating, and that's why I think this has been such a tough negotiation.
I would agree. That's the way all officiating should go. The more humanity you can eliminate in officiating, given areas where the video and stuff can do better, there's no. The insignificance of the officials in all sports has been people refuse to say that. There's no need for humanity in officiating. The humanity is needed in the athletes, and anything that can be done to make it more accurate should be done. And the reality is, in many cases, the machines are better than humans, not because humans are bad, but because you can't see it as well, and you still are going to have humans in charge. It's finding a way to have the humans use the video, just exactly what you said. And I want to thank all officials for their ability to be very good when they were needed.
Mm-hmm. So my question for both of you then is this. We had our big debate. Was that still this week or was that last week? Jesse, that was last week. Jesse's take on the ABS system and faking the moon landing. How exactly do you see that in the NFL? Like, how do you see that logistically working? Because balls and strikes, I would say, are a lot, not 100% objective. They're a lot closer to objective than what NFL officials call in terms of penalties. So I can see ball placement, reaching the line to gain for a first down or crossing the goal line. I can see, the video component and AI or whatever else. Those types of things I can completely see functioning. I'm curious how you two, especially you, Homer, since you suggested this, how do you see that manifesting itself on judgment calls like holding and pass interference and stuff like that. How do you see the video element taking over for the human element in those areas?
I don't have any specific. I just emphasize the importance of using it, and they've got to figure it out. The number one rule for people to understand about any replay is that it does not guarantee that it's perfect. It just makes it better than it currently is. So I'll let Tausch be in charge of that, but there's, as he stated, the basic understanding is, and should be stated, of the attempt to be nice, to use technology to assist humans in officiating. Someone can say to eliminate them. I don't know that they'll ever be eliminated, but so you have people in charge. Then someone, I don't have any problem with someone in a booth if he sees holding or has a better view. The key is to have it done accurately, and the players should know it's done accurately. So I'm not against anything being done, because one of my officials is going to be with the ones on the field and have the same amount of authority to make calls that he sees more clearly. I don't want to delay, and I'm more than willing to have Tauscher object or, say, no, we can't do this. But the reality is the video, the machine can see it better than a human can on the field. Why not use that? Just like tennis, the machine sees it better than the line judges. The premise is identical. It's just how to do it.
In or out in tennis, you're right. I can see how the video would see it better. Holding, pass interference.
Everybody understands holding is a mess. This is one of the great things. No one knows what holding is. It doesn't have to be that way. The video can show the holding, and whatever rule you want to enforce, I'll let Tausch set up the rule, whatever it is.
Right, Tausch, he's delegated that job to you, so how are you going to set this up for holding to be officiated by video?
Holding should be few and far between. There should not be a ton of holding. I know we as Packer fans look at Micah Parsons and, he gets held every play. Yeah, he gets held a lot. Unless it's an egregious tackle or anything like that, I don't want it called. I want players to make plays. I want it to be figured out. And as long as it is called uniformly and it has to be ridiculous to be a holding call, I'm totally on board with it. And that is not going to be reviewable. I do think pass interference, there will be, if you throw a flag, then you could take a look at it. We've seen that it's been a disaster in the past, and I would think that the replay official, that's still going to be, the judgment calls are going to be difficult to flip, but I want an NFL game where it's officiated in a very, I don't want to even know they're there. And when we have that, it's usually in the postseason, that's when they're at their best. So
now,
not going to call a ton of stuff.
We've seen calls changed that were not reviewable. They were changed kind of as they occurred. What's the example of that? Like, we didn't know
expedited
it.
Review.
Yes.
Yeah, they'll get some help.
I want expedited review.
I think you could do
not replay.
Lining up offsides. I think that could be something that could be looked at and quickly done. Yep, he was offsides. Okay, great. Those are some small things that you could do that right now isn't being enforced. Mm-hmm. But I actually think with the expedited review, it would have been great if they would have had a conversation rather than just implementing it. But they did, and I think most of us as fans think that's been a good addition to the game.
Right. That's what I want done with holding. That's what I want done with at some point with pass interference. There's no reason that expedited review can't exist with anything, because it takes away the biggest complaint, which is slowing the game down. This does not slow the game down. You have an official, video an official in addition to the ones on the field. Equally used and equally, in fact, more important, but in the process it will be equal, so people don't hate the person, people deciding it. But yes, the future is expedited review for everything.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
So how quickly do you think that can be turned around in on each play? Like you're saying that you don't think it'll cause a delay. How quickly do you think that? Like, doesn't the video official have to take a look at each play then?
No.
To determine whether or not there was a holding penalty that he didn't see.
No, they're watching it as it occurs, just like the people.
Yeah,
on
we're
the
not
field.
going down that road, Jason. We're not going down where the replay guy can throw a flag from the booth.
Correct.
That can't happen.
Yeah. Correct. Agreed. That's not expedited. That's review.
So wait. I thought you said that the video official can see better if there's a holding penalty.
As it occurs.
He's
got two screens. He's seeing it as the play goes on.
So he can throw a flag from the. So just to be clear, he can throw a flag from the booth.
No,
because he sees it on the video.
I disagree. I disagree with Homer. That can't happen.
Okay. All right. Well, it's going to happen, but you'll come around.
No, that won't happen.
All right.
That will make the game unwatchable. That'll make the game unwatchable.
Doesn't make it at all. The flag goes down.
Will.
The official doesn't call it, but the guy in the video says flag, and the guy on the field who's doing pass interference throws the flag just like he called the flag. That's exactly.
Oh, so there is a flag thrown on the field. Okay.
Yeah,
I just need a flag on the field. I can't have Lenny from New York firing a flag.
Should actually, just like the balls and strikes, should be done by the machine, but the umpire behind home plate will call the ball or strike.
After he's told by the video.
Correct. Yep.
So I'm gonna have an earpiece, and Joe Sky Judge is gonna say, "Hey, Wilde, drop the flag. I've got holding up here."
The guy using the video is assessing whatever we think is important. We aren't doing that with 10 different people. But
so is there one guy up in the booth looking at all the holistic play, or is there going to be one watching for holding and one watching for pass interference? Because those are all happening in different places. The camera angle can't be focused on each one.
Correct. Yeah, you've nailed it. Yes. So we decide initially which one we're going to do. I think they would first do it for pass interference. That'd be my guess.
Okay, Homer. Why are the Packers less of a favorite to win the NFC North than they were last year?
Less of a favorite?
Yeah, they're at. I think it was negative 300, Jesse, yesterday.
It was plus 300 as of yesterday. It was plus 260 a month later last year.
That's about the same, isn't it?
It was even more so prior. But why is that, in your opinion?
Why are the Packers viewed less a favorite?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, because the Bears. Bears are legit now. Nothing special about the Packers. Packers haven't won the division in 4 years. What about the Packers is special that they should be viewed as a favorite?
Micah Parsons.
All right, he's out for 4 games. Next.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Well, I got the whole division. The guy who's very important to them isn't healthy. They got injuries. They got these people, AIs, listening to Jason Wilde, listening to you. This team's not deep. They don't have many draft choices. They need help. What? I mean, I want to pick the Packers to win the division, but I can't. I pick them to finish session. Who's going to be first? I don't know. It just won't be the Packers. They haven't won the division in 4 years. Other teams are better. We're debating over who's the better coach in the division. That wasn't being done when LaFleur first took over the first couple of years, back when he could win the division. What is special about the Packers? Jordan Love is special. Well, the other quarterbacks in the division, there's not that much different. What about the Packers is special that makes you say they're going to win the division above the other teams? Nothing. They're good.
So you think it's more the other teams? Because would you say that the Packers are a better football team, if healthy, this year compared to last year heading into the draft? Do you feel like we have more holes to fill this year than we did last year when the draft was held in Green Bay?
Right. So much depends on the injuries and how quickly they're coming back. But the elite part of the team is better. But if it's not as deep and somebody gets hurt,
Mm-hmm.
What was the question again so I can answer it? About their top end, when healthy, is better. The overall depth, not better. Is that a Jason Wilde?
Yeah, a little
not
bit.
bad.
I mean, look, let's be honest. They've got their first round pick from.
Yeah.
They've got their first round pick from 2 years ago, who's now the starting left tackle. Before he was the sixth man. So, however you feel about Jordan Morgan, their top backup was a guy who was a first round pick. Who is their top backup right now? If somebody gets hurt on their offensive line, Darian Kennard, Jacob Monk at center. Again, we'll see. They only have 7 picks now. We'll see if they trade back a few times and collect more picks so they can fill more of those holes. I think the most amazing thing is that we went into the draft last year saying that that corner and defensive line were clear-cut needs. They came out of the draft with a couple of defensive ends who are now outside linebackers in Baron Sorrell and Colin Oliver, and a defensive tackle in Warren Brinson, and then they signed a undrafted free agent defensive tackle in Nazir Stackhouse, and now a year later, we're sitting here with the draft 2 weeks away saying their needs are corner, defensive line, and then offensive line as well, and probably running back. It doesn't feel like that they had holes that they filled from last year. It feels to me like a lot of the holes are the same. And what does that mean when you have fewer draft picks to work with to fill those holes? It means it's going to be hard to fill them. Now, if they all stay healthy, like we talked about last night, Homer, and as we talked about on our show yesterday as well, I feel good about them. I just don't think in the NFL your team stays fully healthy. And that's why 2014 was so special.
I just checked the odds on Packers winning the division just got a little worse. I don't know if that's Jason Wilde's input, but
listen to Wilde.
AI's quick. AI is very fast.
Called a holding penalty quickly too.
By the way, I want to say one other thing about the manager of the Milwaukee Brewers. He is so good. Like, he leaves Miz out there to see how Miz will respond to having nothing. He's a mess out there. He could have taken him out, and he risked losing the game. I don't care. I want to see where Miz is at now when he doesn't have anything left, and he's got to figure out a way. Well, he couldn't figure out a way. He walked 3 straight hitters, and so now the manager knows where he is and knows what he's got to do, and he's not there yet. And that was more important than winning or losing the game. That's when you have a great manager. I want to test this. All right.
No conversations at Pablo's birthday party this year.
Not this year. Nope. He's the GOAT.
Did he say goodbye after that?
Yeah, he did.
No, Homer's still here.
He said bye.
He's right here.
I didn't say bye because I want to give credit to Steph Curry for coming up with the idea for a movie. The basketball movie with the animals.
Yeah, the
GOAT.
GOAT.
Yeah. And I want to know and ask him if any of you know him. Tausch, you want to say, all right, who came up and said, all right, here's what we're going to do. The GOAT is going to be our GOAT. That's the whole foundation of the movie.
Oh, good idea. Yeah,
Did you take your grandchildren to see that? Is that what happened?
Yes. Took my granddaughter. And there's so many other kids' movies that are better. But the concept of, all right, somebody just said it. Why don't we have the GOAT be a GOAT? Because there's no way a GOAT could be the best animal playing on a team. And that's the story.
Was the GOAT
what's next?
Like a really good three-point shooter? Or was it
you
the
nailed
GOAT,
it, of
Steph
course.
Curry?
What else could he be? He can't be
so
high-flying
Steph is
like
calling himself the GOAT
Steph,
and making a movie
Steph
about it.
Steph is the GOAT in
That's
the movie
interesting.
GOAT. Yeah, that's.
Now, is it long?
Who's Draymond? What is
Curry?
Draymond in that then?
I don't know. All the other animals are just huge and big, and they jump to the moon. And the goat has about I can say this: the goat is clearly Caucasian.
Okay.
I better leave. I'll leave on that one.
Yeah, that's
Nelly.
Okay.
Homer.
Does he mean the goat was white?
Now he hung up.
Like it was a white goat, like white hair, or
like
what?
an albino goat.
What was?
Yeah.
Yeah, what was
I
he
don't know.
saying?
I haven't seen the film. More Wilde and Tausch.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to check that. I'm not going to check that out, I don't think.
I'd watch it.
Stick around.
Yeah, if it's on, if it's just showing up somewhere, I'll watch it.
We good?
All right, good deal. Yeah, let's go to break.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Mark Tauscher here. People ask, why did I join UW Credit Union? Well, let's break it down. Convenient local branches, easy to use mobile banking app, rewards checking with early payday, and that beautiful Bucky debit card. Also, they've been serving Wisconsin since 1931, which means they have local expertise that's actually local. So stop by a branch or visit uwcu.org to join today and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCAA. Terms and conditions apply.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhoffels. April is Sleep Awareness Month. Get $300 in Steinhoffels cash with a Tempur-Pedic mattress. Sleep better and wake up feeling refreshed. Relax, it's Steinhoffels. Front Office Sports reporting national champion Michigan spent $10 million in NIL to build its roster. In a shifting landscape that raises the big question, can the Badgers keep up? The Jump Around's Jim Rutledge leans on the skeptic side.
With the way that our athletic department is not spending money like a power school, we have to view ourselves as a middle of the major type school, which means we're going to lose players like Blackwell, and we're not going to be able to bring players back. We can no longer call Wisconsin's top program when it comes to payroll.
Order today and get 0% interest until 2030 at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Upgrade now, pay no interest until 2030. Visit PellaWI.com.
For over a century, one family has helped generations move forward. Christofferson Moving and Storage. They've built a legacy of trust celebrating 120 years in 2026 with transparent, upfront pricing, highly trained professional crews, and flexible services designed around you. They protect your home and belongings with expert care and clear communication every step of the way. Let them handle the heavy lifting so you can focus on what's next. Christofferson Moving and Storage. Your best move since 1906. Get your complimentary quote at ChristoffersonMoving.com.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 27 locations in this great state. Headquartered in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paints you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
Gearing up for tailgating, fireworks, festivals, and updating your home. This is an absolute season for it all. Siding Unlimited can handle the home part. Start the process by visiting Siding Unlimited at 2018 South Stoughton Road and check out our amazing showroom. Ideas will follow, and eventually you'll experience our fantastic carpenters installing new windows, siding, roofing, and doors. We do it all, and it starts by visiting our showroom or going to sidingunlimited.com.
Some of the nation's top pitmasters are coming to Paoli this fall for the Sugar River Fire and Smoke Barbecue Festival. Featuring legendary pitmaster Rodney Scott from Netflix's Chef's Table, Michelle Wallace from Bravo's Top Chef Wisconsin, and Allie Clem, the first woman pitmaster to earn a Michelin star. Plus your favorite local barbecue masters, live music, and mouth-watering demos from the area's top chefs and restaurants. September 19th and 20th in Paoli. Tickets are on sale now at fireandsmokebarbecuefestival.com.
The sound of summer is back.
First offering to Freeland is a fly ball to right. It is high. It is deep. Bye-bye baseball. Second deck for Salvatore.
Your home for the Crew. 100.5 ESPN.
Thanks to Homer. We always enjoy our time with him. I would like to go back, not to the GOAT movie, but rather to the officiating idea. Do we believe that the NFL believes what Homer believes, that they can just largely eliminate the human element from the officiating, and they can have lesser qualified, lesser experienced officials fill whatever humans you need to have actually on the field in the black and white stripes because the advancements of video? And do they think they can do that in an expeditious process during games that it doesn't throw off the rhythm of the game? Do you think Roger Goodell thinks that? Do you think Roger Goodell believes those guys can be largely eliminated?
Yes.
Do you think he's right?
And I know you were getting all worked up when we were having a conversation before, but that is in essence what I was telling you. And how this all gets shaken out, and if it's you got a little ear pod in, and you're like, yeah, the left guard held on that, throw the flag. You know, our senior correspondent, I don't know if I could say he's our correspondent, but Otzi texted me, and one of the things that you do see is when you have that crutch of a challenge or a crutch of someone over, you will throw more flags, and he's 100% right. That's what I want to avoid. So I think there'd have to be a challenge system in play for any of that. But you're putting a lot on, when you centralize things, you put a lot on one or two people. Here you have 16 officiating crews. They're all a little bit different. When you put it all in one or two people's hands to make all of these calls, and you centralize it in New York, a lot of things go wrong when you trust just a couple of people. A lot of things can go wrong. So I'm leery of putting it all in, one person's hands to control the officiating of an entire league. I think that's a dangerous game. So I don't know what the solution and the answers are. I do know implementing more technology is going to happen. How you go about and distribute that needs to be done in a very careful way, and in a very thoughtful way, and in a way that you're not going to ruin the flow of the game. Because to me, the biggest thing, and I always thought this even as a kid watching, when you had punt and kick returns, it was never, oh my God, what a great return. It was, is there a flag? And I don't want to get that when there's a running play or a great throw or anything else. That's why it annoys the bejesus out of me when the TV networks don't put that flag thing up as the play's going, because I want to be able to celebrate or be dejected in real time. I'm not interested in going through that roller coaster of emotions waiting to see if there's a flag. And I think there's a lot of fans that feel the same way.
So again, there are humans that are still involved using the technology, and Homer's idea, I guess I didn't quite understand, is to have that person on site, right, as a member of the officiating crew, and watching video and then talking in the ear of the referee saying we have holding on the left guard from up above. Am I understanding that correctly?
You'd have to ask Homer. I think it was more of you have someone watching video. I don't know if they need to be at Lambeau Field or somewhere else. I don't think that was as important as having someone with video with communicative processes to the people on the field. So
and you would have so wherever that person is, whether they're in New York at the command center or at the game, they are watching that specific game. Say there's 7 games going on simultaneously. There'd be 7 different people that would be tasked with having that role, and they would still be using their own judgment. They would just be using technology to decide whether they believe there's holding or not.
That is correct. Yep.
And we feel like that would be an upgrade. But you also said that you would like to see holding called much less than it is now.
Yeah, I don't want that. Just for the record, I don't want that. Yeah, less holding.
But
Less
you do not
penalties.
want someone calling penalties using video.
I don't want I am okay with if there's an official that's going to be calling and seeing egregious pass interference, I'm okay with them radioing down to the back judge saying, yeah, that's definitely a flag, throw it. I'm okay with that.
Okay. And all those times that we think we see egregious holding on Micah Parsons as he pass rushes, you feel like those should or should not be called?
Well, not all of them are as egregious as people. He gets held 100%. He gets held a lot more than other players because he's really good. I don't think we want to have 15 holding penalties a game, and I don't think the league wants that. So, and to Micah's credit, if he wants to start getting those calls, he'll have to start selling it. And, Zadarius Smith was great at it. He probably ended up getting more holding calls than Micah Parsons did because he sold it. I like the way Micah plays. He doesn't let that get in his way.
So does he deserve those calls or not? Then I guess is my question. Where do you draw the line on whether holding should be called? Because you don't want to see 15
Egregious
holding
tackling.
calls.
Egregious
So he has to be
tackling.
taken to the ground.
It's got to be an egregious, he is grabbing, and you can see where it's almost like a hold on a defensive back, where you see it. It's not, if your feet are in front of the pass rusher, I don't want a holding called.
And do you believe holding is called more often than it should be in today's NFL?
No, I think it's about right.
Okay. So why do we need to change it and have somebody up in the booth calling it?
I just said I didn't want it on the holding side. I want it in the pass interference side. I never said I wanted the ref up in the top calling holding.
April is Sleep Awareness Month, and let's be honest, who doesn't need better sleep? Right now at Steinhafels, grab $300 in Steinhafels cash when you buy a Tempur-Pedic mattress. It adapts to your body so you can actually wake up feeling refreshed with no more tossing and turning. And if snoring has been keeping you or your partner up, add a smart base that tackles it automatically. Better nights, better mornings, better days. It's that simple. Relax. It's Steinhafels. The 11 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
This is former Wisconsin linebacker Chris Orr. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a good Karma Brands radio station on Wisconsin.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, trusted and local experts, providing the best quality roof, siding, windows, and doors, expertly installed and at an affordable price. Get your free estimate today at ridgetopexteriors.com. Wisconsin men's hockey in the Frozen Four in Las Vegas this afternoon. Wisconsin and North Dakota square off 4 o'clock Central Time on ESPN2 and the ESPN app. The Badgers, the longest odds, the biggest underdog of the four teams remaining in the men's hockey national semifinals to win the championship. There were long odds that they would get here at all, barely making it into the NCAA tournament. Wisconsin and North Dakota square off 4 o'clock this afternoon on ESPN2 and the ESPN app on Wisconsin. Badgers trying to become the first team since Wisconsin in 2006 to win both the men's and women's NCAA hockey championships in the same season. That is the only team that has ever accomplished that feat in NCAA hockey history. Baseball, Brewers off today, returning from Fenway Park where they dropped their first series of the season. They host the Nationals over the weekend. First pitch tomorrow night, 7:10.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. And I heard this in Jesse's Sports Center as well. The draft is 2 weeks away from today. And Tausch made an accurate observation earlier this week, or maybe it was last week when Jesse was questioning the moon landing and the ABS effectiveness in baseball, that it really snuck up. I don't know why, but I agree. It feels like, wait a minute, the draft's only 2 weeks away? Maybe that's because we were hosting it here in Green Bay a year ago and there was so much buildup, and now it's in Pittsburgh. Jesse, did it sneak up on you?
Yeah, I actually thought it was 3 weeks away, including when I was making the show rundown today, and I typed in 3 weeks away, and then I had to look it up, and I thought, wait a minute, that doesn't feel... And then it's actually only 2 weeks away. So that's where we're at with the draft this year, especially compared to hosting it in Green Bay last year where it was a year-long countdown plus. Very underwhelming leading into the draft this year.
Well, and I think a big part of that is we don't have a first-round pick. Like, obviously, last year was a special year because it was in Green Bay and there's so much debate about the wide receiver and all of the stuff. If we had a first-round pick and all of these mocks that come out, we go over the mocks and say, oh, well, Cooper DeJean is up there a couple of years ago. We're not a part of any of the mocks. And when you don't deal with the mocks, you end up kind of ignoring, and we don't have a pick till the second round. So I think that's almost more so than the fact that it's in Pittsburgh. But then also, you don't have the star-studded quarterback class that everybody typically gets excited about. And I would argue the biggest star in this draft is probably Love from Notre Dame and where he's going to go. That has been kind of the storyline of this. There's a lot of really good players, a lot of good defensive players, a lot of edge guys. But from a Packer fan standpoint, you're just looking at this and you're saying, we got holes, no doubt, but I don't even know what pick. We always would know we got the 23rd pick. Oh, we got the 18th pick. We got 52 this year? Is that what it is? 54? I don't even know. And that, I think, 52. Is what dampens it, at least from our perspective.
When your first pick is in the second round, I would agree that you're not as plugged in because you're not getting excited about first-round picks that, hey, what if this guy dropped to the Packers, or what if they got this guy? Nobody's touting their second-round mock draft. Mel Kiper doesn't come on to talk about all the guys that he's got projected as second-round picks, right? His mock draft, everyone's interested. Who's going to be the first-round pick? The question that I continue to have is, and I was reading something this morning from Jordan Schultz, I think, after he'd gotten his Starbucks coffee and gotten into it with Ian Rappaport, about how there's a feeling that there could be more trades in this draft than ever before because there are so many defensive players that hold appeal. Not sure I follow the entirety of the logic there, but the Packers obviously have some needs on defense as well. But if there are going to be teams that are interested in moving up to get a specific player, that feels to me to be exactly what Goody needs. Because he's going to want his phone ringing with people that, hey, we want to move up 4 spots in the second round. We'll give you our 4th round pick to do it if you'll move back 4 spots. That feels to me, because I don't want to sound like the young kid on the media bus with Otzi on his way to Qualcomm Stadium, but I don't see any way the Packers only make 7 selections, which is what they have right now, without a first-round pick. A 1 pick in each of the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th rounds, and then 2 7th-round picks. That is, I just don't see that as being sufficient for them or for Goody, who has never had fewer than 8 picks in one of his drafts. And half of his drafts have had double-digit selections, 10, 11. He had one draft where he had 13 picks. Right now he's about roughly half of that. And with where their team is at, I just don't see that as realistic or viable. Jesse, do you think the lack of a first-round pick has caused you to not know when the draft is too? Is your enthusiasm that much lower for that reason?
Entirely, and not even just that there's no first-round pick, but I don't think there's going to be a draft pick that makes an instant impact that's a difference between potentially winning a Super Bowl and not this year. Like last year, you thought, okay, a wide receiver could come in and by year's end could be the difference, and Matthew Golden did have a really good game in the playoff game against the Bears. There have been offensive linemen that you thought could start right away. There have been guys in the secondary that you thought could start right away. There are guys that might impact the team longer term, but I think for this year, the pieces are pretty much set unless you tell me otherwise.
Realistically, how many starters can we pull from this draft?
Well, let me ask the corollary question: how many starters do they need to pull? They don't need someone to start at wide receiver. They don't need anyone to start at quarterback or running back. Would we agree they don't need someone to come in and start right away on the offensive line? Right? They have their 5 theoretically, and they start Kennard at right tackle if Zach Tom's not ready for opening day.
Okay.
If and then on the other side of the ball, we don't know what Keyshawn Nixon is going to get if he's an unhappy camper, which we don't know that for certain yet. I guess we'll find out on April 20th if he shows up for the start of the offseason program.
Is there anybody else that you don't think is going to show up?
No one off the top of my head.
Who else would be unhappy with their deal?
Like a lot of guys don't want to play on the 5th-year option, but after back-to-back injury, addled seasons, I don't think Devontae Wyatt is in a position to not show up. Right? I mean, he's going to take that. He's going to take his 5th-year option money. He's not going to put that at risk because he's not. I don't think he's expecting a long-term deal coming off of that injury. I don't think there's anybody at linebacker. Lucas Van Ness is going to be in the final year of his deal when they don't pick up the 5th-year option. I don't think Xavier McKinney, since they moved around some money.
Evan Williams can't get a new deal yet, right? He's got to wait another year.
Yeah, he's going into year 3. He has to complete year 3. I don't think Jaden Reed is someone who would do that or is in position to do that after the amount of time he missed last year. And Christian Watson doesn't strike me as someone who would do that and say, well, I appreciate the fact that you gave me that extension while I was still on PUP, but you saw how I played when I came back. I'm not going to play on this existing deal. So I think Nixon is the only one who I would think would be in that position.
Okay.
So what have we established? They could draft somebody in the 2nd round at corner who could come in and start right away, right? Perhaps if he's better than Carrington Valentine since Nate Hobbs isn't there anymore. So that it goes back to what we've kind of debated in recent days and weeks, which is if they stay healthy, they have a Super Bowl contending starting lineup on both sides of the ball. Mm-hmm. And if they don't stay healthy, they got a lot of question marks and not a lot of depth.
And by the way, I always have subscribed to the Ron Wolf field tilting measures that he kind of put in place and won a championship with, should have won a second. And Brian Gutekunst has done that. he has gotten field tilters, and he has gotten guys that can do it. And do you give up depth for that? Obviously, in a perfect world, you get everything. But if you had to choose, give me the stars and let them fall where they may. And if you get injuries and you end up not being able to finish a season like we did last year, I can live with that. I'd rather have the firepower, and this goes against a lot of things that I think in the real world you probably would look at and say you're crazy, but you're shooting for the moon. You're going to try to be Artemis. You don't want to be we'll take a little baby step. We'll take a flight to California. Yeah, that's great. It's safe, steady, going to be nice. That ain't world championship. At some point, you got to launch, and you got to hope that it's all going to work itself out. If you want to go see the big galaxy, a.k.a. the championship. Goody has done that. And unfortunately, sometimes stuff comes up. Weather, maybe you don't have enough jet fuel. I don't know all of the things that can go wrong with rocket ship launches. We can get Elon Musk on. He can tell us. That's where this is. And in order to win big, you got to go big. Goody's done that. And most of us, and I think most Packer fans will agree, if everybody stays healthy, you're positioned to do it. You have a couple of injuries, you are going to be left shorthanded. And that's kind of the dilemma when you make big, bold moves like that come about.
So the field tilters are Micah Parsons, Tucker Kraft, Christian Watson, Xavier McKinney, and is the quarterback who was tied for 14th in touchdown passes deserving of the field tilter title? Because I don't know if Ron Wolf would say that he's
Well, let me ask you this, because you're obviously coming at this with a lot of skepticism. Do you disagree that that's how this roster is built?
I just, knowing Ron, like, field tilter is like the ultimate. Like, it's kind of like saying about Micah Hyde, that guy's just a football player. Like, that's one of the ultimate. I've always thought if you say that about someone, that guy's just a football player.
Did you see that John Eric Sullivan said that's the biggest regret he's had, is that they let Micah Hyde walk out the building?
I did not see that.
You should check that out. It's a really good video. I thought for sure you'd love that.
Oh, he's
biggest
right.
mistake that he made in his time was to let Micah leave.
Well, he's right. Ron viewed the term field tilter as you had to be exceedingly special to deserve that title.
Okay.
Like Charles Woodson was. Like Leroy Butler was.
Did he look at a Keith Jackson as a field tilter?
I don't think so.
Because I think he did. You don't?
I don't. I think he looked at him as a really, really good player toward the end of his career who gave them something that they didn't have. Like Chewy was obviously a very good, well-rounded tight end. They wanted somebody that brought a different element. He was extremely important to what they did, but it was Santana Dotson, a field tilter. He was really good, 3 technique during that era. But Reggie White was a field tilter. Brett Favre playing at the level he did was a field tilter. I don't think he would even say my guy Dorsey Levens was a field tilter. He was a really good running back, really productive. Like, among the wide receivers, was Free a field tilter? Maybe. Robert Brooks? I mean, they won a Super Bowl after they lost Robert Brooks. So
Desmond Howard certainly was a field tilter.
He certainly was for a guy that almost didn't make the team. So I guess I'm not disputing that they have field tilters. I'm just wondering how many do you have to have for that philosophy to be an effective philosophy? Because Micah Parsons is undeniably a field tilter. Yeah. Tucker Kraft when healthy, and that is why I still believe they are in the NFC Championship game if those two guys are healthy. Is Jordan Love? Would you consider Jordan Love at the level he has played to be a field tilter?
You need to answer, because you didn't draft Jordan Love when we had our thing the other day. Jordan Love at this point is a really good NFL quarterback. No, he's not a field tilter.
Right, and that's how. Right, and that's what bothers me about that discussion is that if I don't put him in a category. Like when I said, one of the things that I said, and I can't remember which show I said it on, but when I said that they lost the best player on each side of the ball, and I didn't choose, I was referring to Tucker Kraft on offense. It was because, and it's different now because they don't have Malik Willis as the backup anymore. And look, I am not in the crowd. I don't know who these folks are. I love Malik Willis, right? I mean, he and I had a great working relationship. He is Sydney's favorite player. She's excited for him to get an opportunity in Miami. I don't know how many kids pick the backup quarterback as their favorite player, but that's what she did.
Why did she pick him as her favorite player? What's her
because
reason?
she read, I mean, it wasn't just something that I wrote, but she read some other stories on him, and she loved how he overcame adversity because she hears me talk about it all the time. I mean, he was left for dead as a player in Tennessee, and look what he's done with his career. So my point is that every time I don't put Jordan Love in a category high enough for some, like Jim in our YouTube comments who has him as the second best quarterback in the league, I don't agree with Jim. I don't. Do I think he is a good quarterback? I do. Do I think there is more out there for him where next year or 2 years from now we could be saying, hey, he put together an MVP caliber season? Yeah. Do I think that could be this year? Yeah. All I'm saying is that I don't have evidence right now that he's at that level. And if you want to make that argument about a guy who threw 23 touchdown passes, go ahead. But again, I covered most of Favre's career, and I covered all of Rodgers' career. And there is a gap there that maybe he traverses that gap and becomes that type of player too. But he's not there yet.
What's the biggest reason there's a gap?
Inconsistency, right?
Okay.
Like, I don't think you go on. You always talked about with both of those guys that you played with, that every game you went into, you were like, we can win this game because of them.
Yep.
Do you think the guys in that locker room who like Jordan, who think he's good, feel that they're invincible is probably too strong, but they have a better chance than whoever they're playing every single time they suit up? Maybe.
I would hope so. I would hope they do.
They should believe that because that's their guy, right? We're not on the team. Do you believe that every single game? I don't.
I would love for Micah Parsons to do what he did a couple of years ago and do his podcast and rank the quarterbacks. And I'd love to see where he ranked Jordan. Why doesn't he get that podcast fired back up? He's
I thought he did. I thought he did some episodes recently.
I want more. I want him ranking quarterbacks. I want to see where we're at because I think, or no, maybe it's Justin Jefferson ranking Kirk Cousins lower. I'd like to see where his own teammates have him because, you'd be crazy to say ahead of Mahomes or Josh Allen, but that same belief, absolutely they should have that belief. If they don't, we have a problem.
Where would you like to rank the Iron Jock contestant who's going to win some swag from Iron Jock?
Hats. We're giving away hats at Iron Jock this month. That's what we're going to do. And, Jesse, where are you at? I don't know. I'm going to let you do it. You've had such a great show today. And as I'm talking, as a former athlete, I can tell you, worn about every workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you work. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock will keep you dry, comfortable, and confident. And through April 12th, get 40% off all polos and lightweight hoodies with the code GOLF40. That's GOLF40. Iron Jock help you look good, smell good, and keep showing up. Shop now at ironjock.com. Now is your chance to win. It's a good-looking Iron Jock hat. Caller number
52. Packers have picked 52 in the draft.
We need more. No,
what? You just said I could pick it.
You shorted it. You can't short it. You can't short it.
It's on theme. We're talking about the draft.
All right. Caller 52. Jesse doesn't want to work today. Caller 52 to win an Iron Jock hat at 844-770-3776. Jesse, I am now rescinding all giving you the option of picking numbers after you went that way. So you won this one, but you're not going to win the battle.
High enough for you don't think that gives people
streamers aren't even going to get in. Streamers won't even get a call in.
I I don't want to be disagreeable, but now that we've debated this briefly, I'm guessing that the people that heard it first over the air have already called. So now we got 10 calls that are there. That gives streamers plenty of time now to get in for caller 11 through caller 52 and have a chance to win that great hat.
We'll see.
From, we'll find out. Caller 52, 844-770-3776 gets the Iron Jock hat next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here, and the countdown to the draft is on. You know what I'm taking with my number one pick anytime I'm looking for an ice-cold beverage. The Blue Mountains and the cool, refreshing taste of an ice-cold Coors Light. At a baseball game in Milwaukee, at a bar down the road, or hanging out watching a game at home. Every experience goes from good to great with Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light. Coors Light is brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged, so it's actually made to chill. The mountains on Coors Light's cold activated bottles and cans turn blue. That's when you know it is chilled to perfection, which, besides the refreshing taste, is my favorite thing about drinking Coors Light. Refreshingly cold and only 102 calories, Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
The sound of summer is on ESPN Madison.
And a swing and a miss. Would you like fries with that?
Madison's home of the Brewers.
Fly ball to deep right. It is back. Out of here!
Catch every Milwaukee Brewers game this season on 100.5 ESPN.
Watching it sail. It's a grand slam.
Brewers baseball on ESPN Madison is presented by Hard Rock Casino Rockford and brought to you by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owned. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
Gearing up for tailgating, fireworks, festivals, and updating your home. This is an absolute season for it all. Siding Unlimited can handle the home part. Start the process by visiting Siding Unlimited at 2018 South Stoughton Road and check out our amazing showroom. Ideas will follow, and eventually you'll experience our fantastic carpenters installing new windows, siding, roofing, and doors. We do it all, and it starts by visiting our showroom or going to sidingunlimited.com.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Mark Tauscher here, and you know I love a smart play from the pocket. That's why I joined UW Credit Union. With their mobile banking app, I can make smart plays from anywhere. And with rewards checking perks like early payday, I score my money sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and make the smart play by becoming a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCAA, terms and conditions apply.
ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best local sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see the teams recognized for making a positive impact in the community. It's the Game Changers of the Month, presented by Zimbrick Honda.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Congrats to Ace in Mount Horeb for winning our Iron Jock contest. We'll get to Whoa Nelly coming up. So let's play Project the Numbers for Jordan Love in 2026. He's now been the starting quarterback for 3 seasons. This will be year 4. They're I don't know if you heard, but they're taking it back to like year 1, stripping it down. Jordan
Jason,
Love.
do you need to have field tilters now to win a championship?
Yes, I still think it's a starter.
Do the Seahawks have field tilters? Sam Darnold ain't a field tilter.
No.
JSN is.
Okay.
Kenneth
Yeah,
Walker was for that playoff stretch. I don't know if he is all the time, but he was last year.
All right.
Who are their best defensive players?
Witherspoon's good. Got a couple rush guys that are good. I don't think there's any. They don't have a Micah Parsons or a Garrett. I just starting to wonder. I mean, you have to start wondering. We can delve into this more tomorrow because I do want to get into the project Jordan stats. Do you need to just be with the schedule and the more games and the more injuries? Do you need more solid good players compared to the old days where you needed the Reggie Whites and the Brett Favres? Is that
question.
something?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Jesse, put it down on the list.
Yeah, let's start the show there tomorrow. We can project Jordan's numbers tomorrow too because we're going to do another Digi only with Jesse having conjured up some sports cards. I do have some, by the way.
You were shocked to find out that Jordan only had 23 touchdowns yesterday.
I was stunned by that
because you've been talking about it all day.
Yeah, I was stunned by that because
Why?
again, because and I understand
you lived it. You lived it. So how did that slip through you? I don't get it.
Because his season felt better than it was statistically, if that's possible.
Okay.
He did have 4 touchdowns. Marcus pointed out after the show yesterday that he had 4 touchdown passes in the playoff game. That's true. Those did not count toward the cleats. That did not count toward MVP balloting. So he finished the regular season with 23 touchdowns. It felt like
Why did they count for the cleats? It's his foundation. If he wants to throw the extra 4 sets of cleats,
he makes the rules, not me.
Yeah, I know.
So he can 12% of his touchdown passes in the regular season were thrown in the playoff game.
Postseason should be double. That he's getting.
Totally agree,
Come on, Jordan.
Totally agree. It's a great program. Right. So and that goes to again my feeling about him is that I feel, which is not objective, it is subjective, that he is good. Like that's my biggest frustration whenever I do this, where I don't put him on a list in a place where the Jordan Love supporters think he should be, or if he's not in the ranking of the quarterbacks of where they think he should be. Look, there's a lot to like about him. There's undeniably a lot to like about him. When I make comments like, hey, maybe it is possible that you would have gotten somebody in the first round in 2020 that would have been the difference. You drafted a corner who was so good that you didn't have to play Kevin King and he wouldn't have gotten that penalty that kept the game-winning drive alive for the Buccaneers. I don't know, and I never will know because I don't have a time machine. But I don't think you're completely out of the realm of being logical to suggest that pick could have gone to someone who would have been the difference maker in whether you win a Super Bowl or not that year. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. Yes, it's great that they got their quarterback of the future as it worked out. But again, just because it worked with Aaron Rodgers after Brett Favre does not mean that we're now going to have Jordan Love win a Super Bowl, and we'll be so thankful that they drafted him then. They have a good quarterback. There's no doubt about it. I just, to your point about his numbers, and we can do that tomorrow as well, it felt like he was more productive than that. And I know he got knocked out of the Chicago game with a concussion. He didn't play against Baltimore, and then he didn't play in that extremely important regular season finale in Minnesota. So I was going to say when I was on with the crew in Beaver Dam on the Dam Sports Show. They've got Real Sports Cards in Waupun as a great partner of their show. I think that we are securing some cards that I can scan and perhaps redact the name so we can play this game in the version that you had suggested.
Stats.
Even though I really like Jesse's, the way Jesse has
nice
conjured it up as well. So
And our little friend.
great
little
show
friend's
today,
been a big
Jesse.
helper with that. Yeah.
Jesse, do you think you've had a great show? Would you agree with that assessment?
I think every show is a great show for me.
Okay. Well, every time
Chat disagrees. Chat definitely disagrees. You get some really poor grades sometimes from chat.
And every time you go to Potawatomi Casino Hotel, you have a great time as well, because you know you don't need to hop on a plane or board a cruise ship to feel like you've escaped. You can just escape to Potawatomi Casino Hotel in Milwaukee. Start with the stay. The biggest hotel rooms in Milwaukee, nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites that are perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or celebrating something big, and you're just steps away from all the fun stuff that's happening inside. And if you're hungry, so many options. Dream Dance Steakhouse, The Marketplace, Rock and Brews, Canal Street Cafe, Ruyi Asian Kitchen, Cream City Coffee Company. Food and drink specials happening at all those places all the time. And if you're planning a wedding, a birthday, or an anniversary, their event spaces are built to make it unforgettable. Sophisticated relaxation, incredible flavor, and a full night out all in one place. Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Wonelli is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
All right, fellas, we are back with our special Digi-only mystery sports card game. Let's get right to it. I've got 3 sports cards I've conjured up here. You try and identify the athletes. They're
Dorsey Levens.
Are you doing any like trick 'em, blank 'em, where you're putting a kicker up on there and it's not a kicker?
I believe the silhouettes are accurate this time around.
All right.
They are a little more difficult than last time, though. So here we go. Let's get right to it. We only have 4 minutes. Here is player number 1.
Can't read it.
Bubba Franks. Daniel Franks.
That did not take very long. Tausch is correct. What stood out so quickly about Bubba Franks on this card?
Miami.
Tight end Miami?
Tight end from Miami, yeah.
Didn't even get to the bottom. Selected in the same NFL draft as Mark Tauscher. Bubba Franks.
Yep.
He is mystery
Talk
player.
about a great
number 1.
red zone. I know nobody cares that the goal line is different and that it's different rules apply down there, but great short yardage touchdown. Great blocker. Probably a little underrated. Again, one of those expectations were super high. Bubba was a really, really good football player.
All right, here is player number 2. Who is this? A quarterback.
Dante Culpepper.
Correct. Nicely
Let's go.
done. I thought I might throw you with that one. Dante Culpepper. What was the giveaway on that one? Oh, yeah, he's doing the thing. You're just going to sit there and stare at the screen and do the...
Well, I just remember seeing him do that in the Metrodome with Randy Moss, and I think he still had Chris Carter for some of his career. AP, I think he was there with AP, too. Those Viking squads were stacked.
Yeah.
And then Tiger Woods had to do that as part of his field test for sobriety.
I didn't watch the
Did
full
he
video.
actually?
He did.
We
Yeah,
could
he
examine
was-
that as a
It was almost the exact
sometime.
same move.
All right.
That was the last Dante Culpepper reference I'd heard before this.
Let's get to our final player. We're going baseball this time. Baseball player here. I'll check the years, 70s and 80s.
Final game, 1985.
Sixto Lescano.
Jason's got it. One of our show favorites.
Is that right?
Sixto
All right.
Lescano. Yes, sir. Did you know the fun fact about Sixto Liscano? Grand slams on opening day twice, becoming the first player in MLB history to achieve that feat. Who knew?
That's impressive.
How'd you get Sixto Liscano so fast, Jason?
1974, and then his final game was in 85, so that was a window, and then right fielder. I knew he was a right fielder, so that was all I needed.
Well, you go 3 for 3 again. We don't stump you. How do we feel the game is going now? And it's
going great.
Second iteration.
Love it.
Now that I figured out,
the only thing.
Oh, you can zoom in on it.
I can zoom in now on my video because I could not see the first two, which put me at a distinct disadvantage.
Yeah, that would not help. 15 seconds, Tausch. Final thoughts.
Only negative is that we should have started this 3 years ago. That's the only negative.
All right.
We didn't have ChatGPT though.
Whoa, Nelly coming up next.
Your limited warranty, but order by April 30th. Scheduled today at PellaWI.com.
Frank Kaminsky joins Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on the Yingling Legends Hotline, Thursday at 2:30 p.m. Tune in on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube. Yingling, the oldest brewery in America.
In an effort to not keep you waiting for the Rich Eisen show, let's get right to it. It's time for Whoa Nelly.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa Nelly
on Wilde and Tausch.
Hockey today. Today's the day. Frozen Four at 4 o'clock Central Time this afternoon. ESPN 2, the ESPN app, Wisconsin and North Dakota in the Frozen Four in Las Vegas. I wish I was there poolside with a drink in hand, getting ready to go and extensively cover professionally the big
swim
game
shirt
today.
or no swim shirt?
No, not if we're poolside drink in hand. We're letting it all out there.
Okay.
But instead, I'm here with you guys.
Thank you for that imagery.
You gonna tune in? You gonna watch? You gonna be cheering on the Badgers this afternoon as they try to win a Frozen Four national championship in men's hockey to match the women and become just the second team in NCAA history, except for Wisconsin in 2006, 20 years ago, that also won the men's and women's hockey championship in the same year.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to. I'm going to have to tape it and watch it and then not. I'm going to try the old school way where you don't know. You run home and you try to watch it before you see it. It'd be quite a deal. I think it would be one, as I said, after they made it 2 weeks ago, which is, again, that's a whole nother story. They should have played it last week. I know other things were conflicting, but this would be one of the most surprising runs that we've seen. This team was left for dead. They were bubbling. They had to watch games and hope. You know when the last time that happened and we won a championship? That was 2010. Pretty good little deal. Let's go get it done out there in Vegas.
Just going to need a couple schnorters. Yeah, I am going to watch. 4 o'clock, drop the puck.
Puck dropping 4 p.m. Central Time on ESPN 2.
Thank you for the programming note.
No problem.
Jesse Nelson.
In the YouTube comments, they've been commenting on this graphic I've been putting up during the breaks.
Yeah, it's inaccurate for those of us that live in Wisconsin.
Well, there's some fine print if you zoom in on the bottom down here.
I'm so tired of zooming in
All
here.
times Eastern Time.
And subject to change.
Well, yeah, because it's 8:30 Eastern.
All games available on the ESPN app.
Correct, yes. So this is 5 p.m. Eastern Time.
Couldn't you have just doctored this and changed that to 4 p.m. Wisconsin
This was shared by our friends at National ESPN. I feel like it's not my... Well, speaking of doctoring, I don't know what's going on.
What'd you do? What happened there?
That's a twist. Whoa, Nelly.
Whoa Nelly
That's all we got time for here with Whoa Nelly today. Go Badgers on Wisconsin, 4 o'clock Central, puck drop in Vegas. Win or lose, go celebrate afterwards if you're out there consuming the show and you're going to the game today.
Consuming the show. We'll wrap things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
NBA Thursday on ESPN Radio. While the Warriors are preparing for the play-in tournament, the Lakers are fighting to clinch home court advantage in the first round. Coverage begins tonight at 9:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Upgrade to Iron Jock. Available now at ironjock.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Bruner Realty, providing excellent real estate and property management services in the Madison area for over 30 years. Contact their team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get housed today. Front Office Sports reporting national champion Michigan spent $10 million in NIL to build its roster. In a shifting landscape that raises the big question, can the Badgers keep up? The Jump Around's Jim Rutledge leans on the skeptic side.
With the way that our athletic department is not spending money like a power school, we have to view ourselves as a middle of the major type school, which means we're going to lose players like Blackwell, and we're not going to be able to bring players back. We can no longer call Wisconsin top program when it comes to payroll.
Order today and get 0% interest until 2030 at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Upgrade now, pay no interest until 2030. Visit PellaWI.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
My husband had purchased something at another store. He was very unhappy with the quality of it. We went into Chalmers and just started looking around and kind of got inspired to do something together that was unique for us.
It really isn't any more expensive to do a one-of-a-kind custom piece.
I love it. It's beautiful. I get a lot of compliments on it.
Turned out how I hoped it would.
It really makes me feel good to wear.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton.
Trent here from Canopy Wealth Management. We're often asked, when's the right time to work with a financial advisor? The answer is always simple, now. Whether you're building wealth, nearing retirement, or already retired, the Canopy team can help you gain clarity around your goals, resources, and path to financial independence. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's our promise. Get started at canopy-wealth.com.
Paid for by Canopy Wealth Management. Canopy Wealth Management is registered as an investment advisor with the SEC.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
It's time for big spring savings at Metro Ford of Madison. Get into a 2025 Ford F-150 with 2.9% APR for 60 months. That's just $17.92 for $1,000 financed. Plus, every new vehicle at Metro Ford of Madison comes with their exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Don't miss out. These offers end April 30th, 2026. Head to Metro Ford of Madison on the east side or visit MetroFordofMadison.com and drive home your new F-150 today.
Frank Kaminsky joins Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on the Yingling Legends Hotline, Thursday at 2:30 p.m. Tune in on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube. Yingling, the oldest brewery in America.
right, we're going to get to Rich Eisen on time because we like Rich and we don't like to take away his time of his program because we go long. But tomorrow we're going to get into what we project for Jordan Love statistically because he knows who his offensive linemen are going to be. He knows who his running back's going to be. He knows his wide receivers, and he expects Tucker Kraft to be back. And then we're going to get into the field tilter question, which I think is a great question, and this will give me time to think about it when I'm not watching Badger hockey playing for a trip to the national championship game. Tausch, how many field tilters will we end up with when we count them up tomorrow?
2 or 3.
Oh, 2 or 3. All right, we'll see if we come up with more and who might be a potential field tilter who becomes one this season when we do that tomorrow. Thanks for coming along for the ride with us today. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial free